We're talking about if we should open up that can of worms today.
What can of worms?
What Chris was talking about.
I'm lost. You lost me here.
With the shooting.
Well, the NCAA is continuing to have problems with COVID. Like, to the point where even, like, there was a thing that happened at the University of Iowa where a girl on the first day of classes, she got COVID and they basically treated her like a third world citizen.
Oh yeah, dude, some of these colleges. So you ready for this? So this is from my my nephew. He said that they literally made an apartment complex strictly for people that had COVID. I go, that's great. So how are you going to get any better?
Yeah, but the problem is, they never finished it, so it had the amenities of a shack.
Oh no, I'm saying, well, Pitt, they just used an empty dorms, but I'm like, wait, so you're literally putting somebody in a room, in a apartment building that has COVID people in it, that you're trying to get people better from COVID?
They're trying to isolate them. But the funny thing, the ridiculous thing is they're basically like, you have COVID. All right, so grab your shit, only the shit as much as you can carry for 14 days that you're going to need for the 14 days of quarantine, so basically almost everything.
Yeah.
Grab it all. Then we're going to walk you way down the other end of campus at night, like 11:30 at night, but nobody can be near you. And then when you get there, you have to do all this shit yourself. And nobody can touch anything. Nobody can help you, even if they have rubber gloves, which makes no fucking sense. And then you have to wait for someone to open the door. And chances are your electric doesn't work. Or if it does work, good on you. Your bathroom is full of rusty sinks and shit. And the bed is dusty as shit. Oh yeah, and when you wake up, there'll be ants all over your blankets. Have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. We hope you're better. Signed, the University of Iowa. It's not some shitty community college. No, this is a D1 multi-million-dollar school.
Yep.
And you're worried about playing football? Why don't you take care of your fucking students?
Because they need football.
But of course, Betsy wanted all schools open. Here we are. Which is the one thing I will say, like, even if you're even on the fence, whatever, you hate Betsy, there's your reason. And that is my one political thing I'll get to. Everything else is human rights. Which human rights should not be politicized at all.
No. All right.
Should never be.
Let's get this started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone on the Nerd Report Network. On today's episode, we talk about the cancellation of, hopefully for just 2 days, of sports.
Basketball.
No, because, basketball, WNBA, and some baseball is not happening today.
Oh, some baseball. Okay.
All right. Yeah, it's not there. We talk about the Spider's possible retirement. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it's long overdue. He should have retired when he broke his leg.
Yep. And we talk about hockey and football. Professional football. Chris has a rant about college football in about 2 minutes. And among other things, in the good, the bad, and the what the fuck is happening in the world of sports. Chris, hit us with that music.
Nerd Zone.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Nerd Zone, episode 178. I'm your host, Epiphania, with me as always.
It is I, Trips, and I will not post stupid memes on Thunderdome.
And
the Zombie Master.
Oh boy. No.
That's it for you.
That's it. I'm done. It's just like politics on this show. It needs to stop.
Well, we would love for it to stop, but shit keeps happening.
And you know what? Why don't we just, instead of feeding into it, Just talk about what we're here to talk about, which is sports.
Unfortunately,
when
sometimes
there's-
it bleeds in.
When it's a big part of it, it's like you can't ignore it.
Unfortunately. Trust me, we would love to not talk about it, but
Trust me, would I love to like talk about actual college football and like being excited for the season? Oh yeah. Would I love to talk about like NBA basketball and be really excited for it and bash my Sixers? Because they suck. My God, and you know we just took the first plane home.
hey, look at
All right,
this.
well, someday,
Traffic.
all right, you know what it is? Remember a couple months back we did the Royal Rumble thing?
Yeah.
We did a Royal Rumble review. Somebody sent this to me as a joke, and I'm forwarding it on to you guys. They sent it. A friend of mine heard the broadcast, and he doctored up a little something. There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? A leg?
Yeah, but read what it says.
Yeah, that's why I kicked your leg out of your leg. Oh God.
I just figured that's a little something, a little levity, because I just thought he thought.
Oh,
it was funny.
that's just as tasteless as a Valentine of Owen Hart said, "I'm falling for you."
Oh.
All right, that was it. That was my levity. Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, like, I would love to talk about like all these things. I would love to be really excited for the NFL season right now. It's really hard to do that right now.
I mean, we're gonna see. Here's the difference. One's professional. One wants to be professional, but they're actually amateurs.
Yeah, yeah. One is the players are like, hey, we want to play, and you know the one is like the hitting players like, hey, we want to play, but we want to be safe, yada 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 yada, and if we can't play, at least we can opt out and everything's cool, you know. And more of the onus is on the NFL actually doing something and getting it right. Which, of course, their testing definitely is not doing that. Because now they're flying blind.
Yeah.
And the other is players going, we want to play because it's all we know. And we have to do this and that. And actual university presidents saying, eh. But then, you know, people like, oh, well, you know, they say we should open a school, so blah, 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 blah. And the NCAA reneging or going back on their word where it said if students are not in class, there's no students, then there's no scholar athletes. That means no football. But apparently you can have kids remote in and, you know, we're going to play football.
What did I tell you?
In the SEC.
I told you. I said it from the start.
Yeah, in the SEC where Alabama has 560 cases of coronavirus. Because, you know, in the SEC, it just means more.
Told you. Loopholes.
And it's so stupid. And that part is so stupid because it's not even for the kids. It's basically for money and for, I hate to say the word, it's for political reasons.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. So just to give everybody an idea, the Big Ten has canceled. Obviously, they canceled their season. Come to find out, Rutgers is, and they showed everything. I think Rutgers, I know for a fact, is losing $50 million from football alone.
Yeah.
Michigan is losing 60. Ohio State is losing about 80.
Yeah.
But do you notice that Ohio State wants to come back and play? Michigan and
Nebraska.
So does Nebraska is just they were saying that, but then they said, "Oh yeah, you want to play? You're out of the Big Ten. Then go." But
Michigan has held steadfast and said, yeah, we'll play in the spring.
well, Michigan also had steadfast and said, "We'll play, but we understand why we're not." They even said, like, if we play in the fall, we understand we can keep ourselves set for the fall. But we understand why we're not playing.
And then there's the other thing where apparently one Ohio State AD goes, all the other ADs said yes, but and then they go, oh, well, it was the Big Ten guy that said no. It's like, no, the president said no.
Oh, it's the presidents that actually have to say yes or no.
Yeah, the university presidents, chancellors, whatever they want to call themselves, they said no because they saw that the thing I've been harping about before, liability. That if a kid gets it and he actually dies,
or let's not even say dies. Let's say just even on the
spreads it.
Well, not even that. Let's
and
say
it's a mass outbreak.
Well, no, not even that. That's bad too. But let's just say he gets it so bad that
he's hospitalized.
He's hospitalized to the point where he's barely alive.
Right. He's on a ventilator, and then he finally comes back, but he has complications like most people are having.
Right. That's where like
the thickened blood and heart shit and all that.
Yeah.
To where he can't go to the NFL because his dream's done. Why? Because who was the school that allowed them to play? And I guarantee his parents will be angry as shit about that because now he can't make millions and millions and millions of dollars in the NFL.
Right. Yeah. No. Right.
You know, who was it? Who did this? Who was that? And that's why I laugh at these parents like, we want our kids to play. It's like, you are so disingenuous because the minute your kid gets hurt or gets COVID or whatever, you are going to come after that school with all the power of the goddamn McCloskey's backing you for fucking personal injury. And by the way, fuck the McCloskeys.
That's where you get the law firms of Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
Yeah, that's the McCloskeys right there. Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe.
A boo.
Yeah, it's like, you know, it's like that's when you come in with freaking lawyers and saying like, oh yeah, well you said this. And then they'll be like, motherfucker, you said you wanted to play. But we didn't know our kid was going to get sick because it doesn't happen to us. Really, it happened to you. And that's the dumbest thing.
Yeah,
when people are like, oh, this can't happen to me. This can't happen to me. Like, same as, like, people saying, oh, I can't get beat up by a cop. This is not going to happen to me. It's like, dude, shut the fuck up and show some fucking sympathy and empathy.
You're just... I don't understand how it is so hard to be like, oh, everyone's like, oh, well, they can't play in the spring. I go, no, you play in the spring... And if the guy wants to go to the draft, he can opt out. He can opt out and forgo the year and go into the fucking draft.
There it is. It's not that hard.
I'm gonna say, don't get, like, and that's the thing. Me and you even said, like, okay, they play in the spring. Is it possible for them to play in the spring? It's more likely. Then play in the fucking spring!
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, everybody's like, it's turned into a political war, and it's turned into a war over entitlements. It's like, no, we need to have football in the fall. Okay, so a pandemic's raging, and you're worried about fucking football. You have like triple-digit coronavirus cases on your campuses.
I know.
Schools, a ton of schools. Notre Dame had like 300 and shit like that. It's like you are having all of these problems, and you're worried about how you're gonna play on Saturday. Go fuck yourself. Shut the fuck up. You owe it to your students. You owe it to your faculty to tackle this shit seriously and not worried about how you're gonna make some money on Saturday playing a game when fans can't even attend, or if they do, they're at risk of getting it on your university, which means hello lawsuits like you won't believe. It's such a bad, dumb idea.
It's a bad look. It's a really bad look.
It's terrible. And if you could play in the spring and forego a ton of this, then do it. It's not that hard.
No.
Uh,
I mean,
that's
But here, and it's kind of like you look at the pros now, the pros teams now. Like, if you really wanted to for the NFL, if they wanted to, they could have played in the spring too. Baseball, you kind of can't because baseball, you can't really play in the winter. Period. So they're kind of stuck playing.
Baseball's gonna be playing in part of the winter.
But well, I'm saying like they play. They don't. You're not gonna have them play in November or December or through March. Like it's almost unless they play in a dome, it's almost near impossible for them to do it unless they go down to Coronaville, Florida.
Right, like hockey doesn't belong in the summer, but here we are.
Hockey bleeds into the summer though.
Hockey's like late spring, like May.
The hockey bleeds into the start of summer. Same with basketball.
Well, basketball goes all the way almost to July.
Basketball,
So, yeah,
basketball
into
should.
summer.
I think basketball needs to actually be part of the summer because I think then. I hate saying it, but I think basketball needs to get into the summer portion because then they can give baseball a run for their money.
Well, basketball makes sense in the summer, first off, because your uniforms are tank tops and shorts. I mean, hockey, you basically bundle up like a motherfucking, like, Nanook.
Yeah, it's sweaters. I mean, literally, they're not jerseys, they're fucking sweaters.
I mean, you look at, like, hockey gear. You look at when fans have hockey, like, hockey, hockey, clothing with hockey teams. What is it mostly? Hoodies, sweatshirts, long sleeve t-shirts, maybe the occasional t-shirt, winter hats and gloves and shit. You rarely see, like, I have a Philadelphia Flyers t-shirt with, the gritty one. It is a t-shirt. But when I wore it, when I got it, I meant to wear it under, like, over top long sleeve shirts.
Oh my God. They won. Sorry, I don't mean to, John, are you watching NXT?
No.
We have new tag champs.
Who's the tag champs now?
Okay,
Django
can
won
you
the tag
stop
belt?
ruining NXT for me since I'm watching hockey?
Well, who's on?
What?
You're watching it's the Bruins game.
Yeah, I'm watching the Bruins and the Lightning because it's something I can talk to and not get, distracted.
Well, I'm just showing up. I forgot they were doing the match tonight. I thought they were doing it at in November.
No, they were doing it.
Yeah. Well.
All right, so I mean, that, like, hockey gear. I mean, like football gear. It's like most of the time it's like short sleeve shirts and hoodies.
Yeah.
Where, like, baseball gear, most of the time when you get baseball gear, it's what, like t-shirts, like button-up jerseys, the occasional cap.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's more summer style. I mean, besides the long pants, it's mostly summer weather.
Yeah, basketball, t-shirts, and
Shorts. Yeah, it's easy summer weather.
I mean, usually 95% of the 76ers hoodies look hideous. Because, I'm sorry, when you're in the winter, you don't want to wear a blue hoodie. That black hoodie, like the Flyers logo, it just works.
Yeah, the black and orange.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's the black and orange, kind of like how, like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, you look at, like, the Devils or the Rangers, stuff like that. The blue, the red, white, and blue for the Rangers work. But the black and red for the Devils is a better... The black on something is a better look than anything.
Like my other hoodie, I have an Eagles hoodie. It's black with the Eagles logo.
Mm-hmm.
Done. I'm sorry, because bright colors in fall and winter look horrible.
Yeah, like, you look at, like...
Unless you're a Jackass or Kanye West, which, well, same thing.
Ha ha!
It's the truth. And the funny thing is, I used to like Kanye West.
So did a lot of other people.
Yeah. And it
I
has
like
nothing to do with his political bullshit
Wait,
or whatever.
say that again, John?
Never liked them. Never
See,
watched the Kardashians. Never watched a minute of the Kardashians.
Oh, we're talking about pre-Kardashian was when we liked him. It's when he
Yeah,
married a
yeah,
Kardashian. It's when he married a Kardashian we hated him.
I liked Kanye West with College Dropout and Late Registration. After that, I was done. Like the 2 albums he put on Rockefeller, and then like as soon as he got in his own weird dumb shit, I was like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, like
No, I thought the shittiest thing he did is when what's her name was trying to accept her award and he jumped on stage and ruined it for her.
Taylor Swift.
That was when I was done with him. That
No
was,
disrespect to you, Taylor. Beyonce had the best album. You don't deserve the award. She should have won.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a fan of Beyonce, but what she did after she won, bringing up Taylor Swift to let her do her speech, I'm like, all right, cheers, class act.
But the thing is, like, award shows always has weird shit. I mean, come on. When Guns N' Roses showed up drunk at the American Music Awards, we'd like to thank, fuck. Like, Duff McKagan had to put Slash away from the mic. What he means to say is we'd like... He's like, no, dude, fuck, I forgot who I want to thank.
We need to say more. Howard Stern as Ass Man.
Or Wu-Tang is for the children.
Oh my god. we could do a 4-hour show.
Because I thought Wu-Tang was going to win. Wu-Tang for the children.
We could do 4 hours of VMA.
Dude, that was the greatest moment ever because Wu-Tang is for the children, and then an hour later, Soy Bomb.
What was it?
Bob wanted to kill that dude with his fucking guitar.
Fuck. Was it Limp Bizkit where the guy rushed the stage and the music awards? It looks up, jump! I'll catch you. No, I won't. The guy was on the.
Soy Bomb, because the guy was just like some like backup person, whatever. And Bob Dylan's like, oh, and all of a sudden the guy takes off his shirt and has Soy Bomb written, and he's doing this weird interpretive dance, and Bob Dylan looks at him like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You don't watch it for the award. You watch it for the what the fuck moments. And the fact that the VMAs this year are going to be live during the COVID outbreak.
Well, the VMAs, I mean, the Grammys are even funnier. You know, it's like, I mean, that one Grammys, Wu-Tang is for the children and Soy Bomb. I was like, man, this is the most entertaining Grammys ever.
Yeah, dude. No,
well, I remember an award. I didn't see it, but the best. If you're talking about awards ceremonies and goof ups, I don't know if any of you have ever seen it. It was during an Academy Awards in the late '60s or early '70s. A guy came out and streaked on stage while by an actor by the name of David Niven.
Yes!
Was up there accepting an award. And the first words out of his mouth were, I guess that man just showed us his shortcomings.
I remember that.
On live television, this happened. I've yet to find a video. I mean, I don't want to seek it, but I just thought it would have been funny to hear the original audio to that. It's like, he showed us his shortcomings.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no, the Golden Globes. Dude, just the last year, Golden Globes with Ricky Gervais. The opening monologue is probably one of the greatest things ever. Because he just rips into everybody, and everybody's kind of looking at each other like, do we laugh? Because we know it's true, but we don't want to laugh. Like calling half of them like freaking pedophiles, calling Harvey Weinstein wonder rapist. I'm like, yee. I'm like, it's true, but we laugh. Like, oofa.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm like, and then Ricky Gervais goes, I don't give a fuck. I ain't getting asked to come back here ever again.
All right, back to sports. So, since we're doing the one thing all like permanent, how about WWE Thunderdome? Not only do you get fan participation, but you also get dead Chris Benoit, Pikachu, clan rallies, and beheadings.
And Sonic. You missed Sonic.
Dude, I'm sorry, beheadings trumps all.
Yeah, that's a little, This is where you kind of look at it and be like, Vince, yeah, why? Why do you have to do, oh, well, fan participation? My ass. Dude, we don't need, we thought...
how easy it is to sign up to be a fan for Thunderdome?
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, we all thought we were going to see someone whip their dick out on Thunderdome, just be one of those. But no, we got it much worse.
No. Put it this way, Pornhub moments, I'd be all for that, man.
Yeah.
Like look at Rey Mysterio in the background, she's somebody pounding it out. I'm like, all right. Some Pornhub shit. I mean, the Benoit thing, I get people like, Benoit should not be stricken from history. It's like, well, then he killed his wife. And
okay.
So.
You know what? The Benoit thing, I don't have that big of an issue with it because it was just a normal photo of him. If people didn't know...
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that either.
But everything else was like...
The Fire Velveteen Dream thing was ridiculous. Somebody actually hacked screens and did that.
Yeah.
Imagine that. And then... Yeah, but the one was during Rey Mysterio, Dominic, and the Monday Night Messiah of the Messiah congregation there.
Yeah.
Of one, Buddy Murphy. If you look at it next to the green shirt guy, something goes off, and then you see a Confederate flag fly, and then it's like a burning cross and like footage of Klan rallies.
Yeah, I know. I remember seeing it live. The freaking Klansman thing. I remember seeing that live.
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I heard, I was like, that's fucked up. And I Googled quick, and it's somebody on Reddit. It's like, oh, there was a beheading too. I'm like, what? So I
didn't
rewound
see
it.
that one.
You rewind it. It was like after Retribution beats the shit out of people. Like, in the same spot in the same exact square where the Klan shit happens, you see an ISIS beheading. Like you see somebody with somebody like that, and somebody goes like that, and then WWE cuts away quick. I'm just like, they just showed it and this is why we can't have nice things, and this is why, no matter how much people love Blunderdome or whatever, it's better for business to go back to the plexiglass and your PC fans or whatever, because at least you have a little bit of rain on them, like same as how live fans, at least you have a little bit of a control on them, where with Thunderdome you have no control.
No.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I went yesterday in our travels, I stopped by the GameStop I made, and I have a Bullet Club shirt on, of course, and I always get people giving me the too sweet. I'm like, well, yeah, I ain't touching this. Don't even go there. But they asked me, oh, do you watch Raw? And I go, yeah, I do. Oh, what do you love this Thunderdome? The Thunderdome? I mean, I go, the Blunderdome? And they go, what do you call it that? And I'm like, well, you haven't seen the shit they've been broadcasting on their screens. He goes, what? There's been nothing bad. These two guys, one guy works there, another guy works somewhere, I guess, the ShopRite. I go, well, let's see. I didn't know about the beheading thing. I said, Chris Benoit appeared on one of the screens. A KKK member appeared on one of the screens. A Fire Velveteen Dream popped on one of the screens. And they're like, we didn't see that. I'm like, well, obviously you're not watching the same thing. Because it was all on the hard camera side. You could see them clear as day.
Yeah. The clan
It's
shit,
not like-
I was just like, holy shit,
Well,
really?
the clan shit, I did not like. I looked at that and I'm like, that's broad. That's right in your fucking face. The clan thing was right there. Like you didn't even have to look to the side. It was literally they zoomed in on it.
Yeah, like clear as day. Clear as fucking
what
day.
was the
I'm like, way to
Pikachu
go,
one?
WWE.
What was the Pikachu one doing? Because was that just Pikachu or was that like just? Because I missed the Pikachu.
One was like high up on the thing. The clan thing was in like not the forehead row, but the front row.
Yeah, it was like third row, zoomed in. Dude, when they were zooming in on
not third
Dominic.
row. Second. It was the second.
Yeah, when they zoomed in on
Clan
like
thing was in the second row, and it was it's right above the forehead row.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like
Yeah, it's like flaming crosses, a Confederate flag, different clans things, and then Retribution came out when everything went back. And it was an ISIS-style beheading. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then they cut away from it, and then they banned the guy. I'm just like,
well, speaking of Blunderdome, people have been letting it slip. They think they found out who some of the members of Retribution were, or at least on Monday, 2 people were outed on it, supposedly. Dominik Dijakovic was one of them.
Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green was one of them, but D.L. Madden was listed as being one of them. I'm like, the guy that was the host of Raw was a co-host of Raw. Then he was on Raw Underground. Now he's a part of Retribution, or is this just filler people?
I think he's a filler.
I'm thinking it's either. I mean, they got to start determining by some kind of like legit people in this group, because I mean, I appreciate that they're letting it go a while and not exposing them right away, but you should kind of keep the same people. I mean, the first week Xavier Woods was one of them. You can tell it was Xavier Woods. Come on.
The thing is, if the biggest name is Dijakovic, that's gonna suck. Sorry to say.
Why is it gonna suck?
I just don't think he's a big name to lead a group.
I didn't say he was the leader, but he was one of the people that they supposedly identified.
I mean,
I know that.
He was. I looked at that. I'm like, oh, the tall guy. Yep, yeah, it's Dijak.
I mean, because if it's Dijakovic who is like the main guy there, then I almost want Ryan's prediction that Roman Reigns is the leader of Retribution to be true.
Well, that would be the oh shit moment, kind of like when Hogan joined the NWO. It would be an oh shit moment if Roman was the leader. It would be it would be pretty much a jaw-dropping moment if he was the leader. But who's to say he is or won't be? Who knows? Nobody will know.
Oh yeah.
At least until they. I don't know how long they're gonna draw this out. I'm assuming it's gonna happen. Either one of 2 things is gonna happen: that they're gonna keep this going for a while, or it's all gonna come to a head at Survivor Series. Because this group is perfect for a Survivor Series match because there's so many of them.
It could, but I think they have to unmask soon, because otherwise it's going to get just annoying.
I mean, I would like to see Gargano. If it's not going to be Ciampa, it really should be Gargano that's the leader.
See, it should be Ciampa.
It should be, but Ciampa came back. I'm not going to spoil anything, but he came back today. He looks good.
Well, if he came back, that doesn't mean anything. They could just...
No. I'm saying he looks better. He looks like he's back to his normal self.
But you know what it is? As much as I would love to see him part of that, I think for all intents and purposes, I don't think he wants to go to the main roster. He's already said he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to travel. He wants to stay where he is. He's happy and content being in Florida, doing what he's doing, I don't foresee him being part of that. I just don't.
Same as
Gargano, on the
Gargano.
other hand, I could totally see.
Gargano doesn't want to leave NXT either.
Not
Yeah,
a.
but I think Gargano and what's her name would leave if the price was right. Candice.
Well,
Oh.
probably watching a couple months, you'll see Mia Yim on the main roster.
Yep, because
Keith Lee.
Baskin is very generic ring
Oh, they've
music.
been-
They said he's getting a new theme for Payback, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna
Oh,
let
you
it slide.
watch Wrestle Talk today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fans have been crucifying Keith Lee for him coming up and his outfit, his theme music. They're
Oh,
saying
yeah, those
Vince
shorts
McMahon
were
ruined
bad.
him already.
I'm sorry, but Vince, if you had a big muscular guy that had a fucking stomach that was looked like a normal dude. Oh, he looks too fat. Put a shirt on him. What the fuck, really?
Well, Keith Lee with the sleeveless tee, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or the sleeveless like spandex thing is fine, but give him his tights back.
Right?
Man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Give him his trunks back. Don't make him wear Samoa Joe shorts.
Those are, you know what? Samoa Joe shorts actually look like shorts. That looked like a fucking mini dress. I'm sorry.
Well,
It
Samoa
looks like a
Joe.
fucking
Joe's has
Joe
Muay. I was gonna say Joe has Muay Thai shorts on normally.
Yeah,
Right,
Joe.
yeah.
But Joe started wearing those shorts back in TNA.
I was gonna say, he wore those in ROH.
But the problem is they look like shorts. And here's the thing. He wears the shorts baggy, but he's got another pair of spandex under it, like bicycle shorts almost, so it doesn't look bad. Keith Lee looks like he's wearing a fucking mini dress. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. It's a fucking mini dress.
Yeah,
You know, they're making a mockery of him.
those shorts look bad.
You know, Keith Lee has got charisma out the ass. He's talented as fuck in the ring, and Vince is making him look like a joke. He's making him almost look like as bad as he did. Hey, Ron Simmons, we're gonna put you in this gladiator outfit, and we're gonna put a jockstrap thing on your head, and you're gonna be a gladiator type guy.
Ah,
Yeah,
the
that went over
foam.
like a
Ah,
fart.
the blue foam hat. The blue foam helmet.
Yeah, that went over like a fart in church. Yeah, that's why that didn't last long.
Yeah, Ron Simmons is like, fuck this damn shit. I'm gonna be militant.
You know, but you know what? It made him look like a joke. Ron Simmons at that time was a former world champion. And
Oh,
Vince
yeah.
is making him look like a cartoon character. He's
Yeah, and then
making-
Ron Simmons like, fuck that, I'm gonna be Malcolm X.
But you know what? That got over.
Oh, it
Because
did,
was done
definitely.
right. Keith Lee, this shit is not going to get over with him. I can say, hey, Daddy, I want this action figure. Is that a guy dressed like a girl? You know, if they make a feature of how he looks,
all right, conservative America right there. Well, you know, most of the wrestling fans are conservative, so yeah.
but I'm just saying, it's like, make Keith Lee the way he was in NXT. Make him look like he was. Maybe the music thing, whatever. They always change music when they come to the main roster. At least the majority of them do.
Well, they don't want to use anything by CFO.
But you know what? Make Keith Lee look like the Keith Lee that everybody knows and loves. You know?
See, that to
Get
me
him out
is
of this
funny,
stuff.
though. That to me is funny. They took all this time to get rid of, what's his name, to put in Johnson to bring in CFO, but yet not even a year in, they get rid of CFO. Like,
They didn't get rid of CFO. CFO's
lawsuit.
having issues with their publisher.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they want, according to, I think Russell talked about it,
Oh yeah.
that they want every theme that they make, they split with WWE half, it's 50-50, and WWE's not wanting that. They're like, no, we want 100% ownership of it, and that's what's causing the issue right now.
Well, to be honest, you're getting contracted to do a show, so it's like it's the licensing technically is WWE's, but you're getting paid to do per entrance.
Yeah.
So
So
it's like,
Perfect
get
Go
ready
ahead.
for Alexa Bliss to have a new entrance theme. Guarantee it.
get ready for her
perfect
to have a Bowling
example
for
is-
Soup. Get ready for her to have something by Bowling for Soup.
I'm fine. Dude, have her come out to Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like, just get ready because that's probably what I guarantee you. That's what's gonna happen. She's gonna get her Bowling for Soup. She's gonna get something for Bowling from Soup.
But WWE can actually pay for that though.
Well, I mean, you think about it. Did they pay for Cult of Personality?
Yeah, they paid for Cult of Personality. Well, Code Orange redid Bray Wyatt's theme for the Fiend.
Right, and I'm like, I think if there's certain things you'll see maybe like they'll do it as a favor. Like look at Triple H. They didn't pay Motorhead. He went to Motorhead to get them to do the game and shit like that. It just and
Right, Motorhead's like, all right, no problem.
but they work out a deal. You get like Punk. I think Punk actually went to be like, hey, can I use this?
No, Triple H actually got the rights. He actually did buy the rights
Really?
Perfect.
for Cult of Personality to go with Punk.
But I'm
with that.
saying like that's
But
like one of the few that they do. Normally they don't. Sorry, John. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Before Balls was going back to the WWE, he said, my old band, he's like, would you guys do Big Balls for me, a version of Big Balls for me? And we went to a studio, we recorded for 8 hours, 8 to 10 hours it was, recording vocals and everything, mixed it, it sounded awesome. Gave it to him, he fucking went nuts for it. Went to Vince, played it for Vince. Vince liked it. Here's the problem. They couldn't get the rights from AC/DC. And then they said, but wait a minute, why can't AC/DC sign off on it? It's because Bon Scott, he's the one that wrote the song. And his family owned all rights to all his music. So when they did it, the Bon Scott estate wouldn't give up the rights.
There it is.
Unless for a certain amount of money, and I don't know if I believe Balls when he said how much they asked for. They said they wanted $1 million for the rights to it. I don't buy that. That part I believe is a little, maybe
$1 million.
that's what he told me. But I said, you know what? I'm thinking to myself, it's like I know there was probably because I did look it up. His family does own the rights to the song. But I don't know if it was $1 million. I'm thinking maybe Vince was saying that to him, like, oh, no, it's too much money. We're not going to invest that much money in you type of deal. That's where I think it really ended up.
But what makes me laugh about that is they legitly just said, fuck it, we'll literally do the song, redo the song, and with no lyrics.
You see, and that's what they ended up doing. If you listen to his theme when he came out at One Night Stand, it's just the dum, dum, dum. It's just the drum. It's just the...
Yeah, it's the drum and the bass. That dum, dum,
That's it. That's
dum,
all it is. There's
dum,
no
dum,
lyrics.
Dum, dum.
And it's no lyrics. And technically, it wasn't 100% like the original, but it was enough for the fans to go, "Oh shit, that's him."
Yeah, it was literally. And guess what? Guess what the fans did? Literally started singing the fucking song.
That's what they always did for when he came out anyway. When they do the "I got big balls," he sits there. He would point at the crowd, and as soon as they said, "We've got the biggest balls," he would applaud to it.
Yeah. But like it's the same thing with like Enter Sandman. I understood why they couldn't get the rights to Enter Sandman because Metallica's a fucking pain in the ass when it comes to musical rights.
We all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at Napster. There should be enough right there.
Right. But then, when he came out to One Night Stand, to have to bleep out the crowd from singing it kind of just killed Sandman's whole entrance. Like, I get it. You couldn't have done that for that thing. Fine. Whatever. But to bleep out the crowd and then have literally the announcers going, "Joey, they're singing it." I go, really? God damn it, Mick.
Well, Metallica is a pain in the ass for musical rights because didn't they get screwed back in the 80s when somebody used something of theirs because they didn't think about it?
Well, Napster. I mean,
No, one Napster. Before Napster. Like,
I
way
don't.
before.
I don't remember, but I'm saying the big thing with them was Napster because they were getting their music away for free.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but apparently Metallica got screwed over like back like in Master of Puppets era or something like that.
Really?
Like something used one of their songs.
They sampled it or they took it?
Like they
They
used like I think it was like a minute of it for some ad or whatever.
Oh.
And Metallica didn't even know about it. They're like, yeah, that's news to me.
Sounds like oh god. If you go listen, if either of you played Doom 2,
No,
like the original Doom 2,
no.
I played it way back in the day.
go back and replay the first level, and I laugh because I'm listening to it. I'm like, that theme sounds so familiar. I'm like, did they sample Master of Puppets and no one realized it? Because it just has that opening to like Master of Puppets, that dan 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 dan. Like I'm like, the hell did they?
Of course, it would sounds like MIDI though.
Yeah, it's it's very like 8-bit.
Ding 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 ding.
But if you listen to it, it sounds like fucking like I'm like the riff sounds like Master of Puppets, but it's like the oh god, it's like WCW. It's just fucked with enough that they couldn't sue.
WCW ruins everything.
WCW using Cowboy for Jeff Jarrett's theme song. Jericho's old theme song was Even Flow by Pearl Jam.
No, that was
Jericho,
Raven.
what?
Yeah.
No, Raven used Even Flow, I thought.
No, go back and listen. He used it in ECW. I'm saying, like, go back and listen to Chris Jericho's...
In ECW, Raven used Come Out and Play by the Offspring.
That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, no. Jericho used Even Flow. DDP used Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-5.
Yeah. And, like, I'm like, oh my god, there are so many songs that they just changed a little bit, little shit to, and they got away with it. But
Anyway.
alright. See what else has been posted. What's going on in hockey?
The
Besides the
Lightning
Flyers.
are winning.
The Lightning are winning. Woohoo!
Yeah, the Lightning are winning.
Alright.
2-0.
So basketball has officially said that they're not playing today due to the wrongful shootings in Wisconsin.
Well, all right, before we get into that, you guys would be happy to know the other day I actually sat and watched a bunch of basketball.
What you watch?
I was,
wait, did you watch the Clippers?
It was Sunday. You know, I was at Alicia's house. Her parents gave me a little barbecue because they weren't going to be around for my birthday type of stuff. So they said, why don't you come over and we'll get together, we'll cook, and that'll be that. But in the living room, they had the Mavericks game.
Yeah, the Clippers.
That went into overtime, so I actually watched the last 5 minutes of that game.
Oh, you watched Luka's freaking terror hole.
The reason I know that is because Alicia's nephew is named Luka, and he loves that guy. So they're sitting there, they're cheering. Both the boys were cheering him on, and I just was sitting there, I was watching. I'm like, damn, it's pretty good, you know. But that's about as far as I stretch.
21 years old. All right, so I'll tell you about Luka Doncic. 21 years old, he is turning into a top 5 player in the NBA. People are comparing him to a less athletic version of LeBron James at that age.
Well, the reason they were talking about it because apparently he had hurt his ankle or something,
Yeah,
and he wasn't playing the whole game or something, and he finally came in because he was, because they needed him to play, and I'm like, oh, because that's what all the commentators were doing was talking about was Luka. That's all they were kept talking about him the whole time I watched it.
I mean, he dropped 40. He dropped 43 points. He dropped a double. He triple double, 43 points, 17 rebounds, 13 assists in that game.
All I know is he was like shooting threes like they were nothing.
Yeah. What's funny is that he played the game last night. Still dropped 20, but did nothing. Like that ankle killed him.
But no, I just thought you'd find that interesting that I actually sat there and watched the basketball.
Nice.
Not that I'm not going to probably not make it a habit, but
To be
it was
honest,
on. I watched it.
Chris, but besides this all protesting stuff, what is your opinion of the bubble?
The bubble?
Not as the testing's concerned. I'm talking about as the games are concerned.
The games are pretty good. I can't stand watching mostly because of the virtual fans. I get annoyed.
That's fair.
Like, I tried, and then, of course, my Sixers decided to shit the bed early on. It's like, all right, we look great in the preseason in the bubble. Hey, that's awesome. All right, we're going to open the season against the Pacers. And yeah, and we just fell apart where we got swept out of the goddamn playoffs. I knew as soon as we lost Ben Simmons, it was over. But, so that really didn't make me care to watch the NBA because I already hated the virtual fans.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then my team's not even in it anymore. I'm like, eh.
I mean, the games have been fun. The problem is, it's not playoff basketball. There's still, unfortunately, you can tell the teams that are playing don't really have an interest, but yet they do, but they don't. Because, I'm sorry, in a playoff game, I do not want to be seeing teams drop 150 points and lose.
Well, don't tell the Mavericks or Damian Lillard that they're not playing playoff basketball.
All right, well, yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. When I'm seeing teams drop 170 and, like, another team's dropping 129, I'm sorry. When your over-under is hitting 300 levels, that you're done. Like, I'm sorry. That you play some fucking defense.
This is the NBA. What are you thinking? Defense.
When it comes to when it comes to playoffs, usually defense starts ramping up.
But this is the Western Conference. There's no such thing as defense in the Western Conference.
Oh yeah, what was
I mean, come on. The Houston Rockets are one of the better teams in the Western Conference. The LA Lakers are a team in the Western Conference, probably the best team in the Western Conference, and the only reason they are is because they play defense once in a while. That was the biggest joke when LeBron moved to LA. When he decided to go to LA, it's like, well, you ain't gonna have to play defense anymore.
I mean, the only one that really plays defense around there is fucking Carmelo.
Yeah, or Damian Lillard,
Lillard
they
does
steal
too.
shit. Yeah, but also the Western Conference is the land of, like the bombers.
Oh yeah.
Where if you can't shoot, if you don't know how to shoot a three in the Western Conference, you're fucked.
Fuck shooting a three, dude. You're shooting from half. If you can get open from half court, you're shooting.
Yeah, it's like, I'm open. He's at half court. Who cares? Take the shot.
Yeah, John, there was literally... So Damian Lillard is a player for Portland. And he walks up. He's taking the ball up to half court. He crosses half court, gets to the edge of where the logo is, and says, "Fuck it, I'm shooting," and drains it. Just nonchalantly, just shoots a jumper, and just is like, "Yep, fuck it, I'm in." And like fuck this shit, I'm shooting from here. We're good. And just drains it like it was nothing.
What he does.
And it's kind of one of those, no, don't shoot. Oh, that was a hell of a shot.
And Paul George finally decided it was the playoffs. Finally, I guess Kawhi's not going to do all the heavy lifting now.
I feel bad for him because of what's going on with him. Apparently, it's got to do with a lot of mental issues with him.
Who, Kawhi or Paul?
Paul. He's been.
Oh yeah, Paul George. You're like, I'm playoff P, and then someone said, well, when you're in the playoffs, he becomes icy P.
Well, he did a interview after he went off for the playoff game after he fucking started dropping when he broke out of his slump. He goes, he's been dealing with anxiety and mental health issues.
Okay.
I'm like, and everyone, I'm laughing because I'm just like, because then Zubin and Jay Williams are like, can he really use this excuse now anymore? Because if he goes back to having a shitty game, he can't use that as an excuse. I go, really? Are we really saying that a mental health issue now is an excuse?
But I can see what you're saying about playoff basketball. It doesn't look like playoff basketball, especially when you turn on the NHL and every team is playing
the NHL is in playoffs.
Playoff
the NHL is in playoff mode. I'm sorry, I'm watching this and I'm just like, dude, they're fighting. We have COVID going on right now, and fuck you, I'm taking the.
Matt Niskanen, that's all I got to say about that. Matt Niskanen in Montreal, he got suspended for a game for fighting. Apparently he broke a dude's jaw. He's suspended.
Yeah, it's like hockey, even with no fans, it feels like hockey.
Because hockey doesn't need fans.
No.
Hockey's it's nice that we have fans, but fuck it, we're playing hockey.
But that's what I mean. It's one of those things where it's like, basketball, okay, after the Clippers game, basketball kind of started feeling a little bit like basketball because the sideline started getting up and started showboating, the shit they used to do. They started having a little fun and started yelling.
Yeah,
they started
and they
yelling.
need the defense. What they need for the home court advantage to make it, even in the COVID thing, is to have the music play.
Yeah.
When the opposing team are like, defense, boom, boom, defense, boom, boom. Like that, but you're not going to have that in COVID, so that is what it is.
I mean, even something like soccer, when they did the MLS tournament, it felt like fucking tournament soccer because even though with no fans, they were still playing hard. I guess.
Well, this game's pretty much over. I think Tampa Bay's got this one. Yeah, 3-0 already.
Wow. But yeah. So in other news, because of all the shootings, Brewers, the Reds, and the Mariners postponed their games. They'll be playing I believe they'll be playing a doubleheader either tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, and it's. Alright, I'm just going to say it quick. I'm not going to get too crazy about it, but... Alright, everybody's screaming to defund the police. You're screaming and pointing at the wrong institution. You don't need to defund the police. You need to abolish the police unions. Because they're the ones that let these bad cops back on the streets no matter what. Those are the ones that let these cops actually, feel like they can get away with murder and be horrible cops. They get overpaid to basically do a bad job, and then they're allowed to just do whatever. And my biggest example of this is look at how Camden has completely reformed the police without really the unions like those. I mean, they have unionized, but their own union. Like, not some national union that's a piece of shit. And if you look at it, like during the whole George Floyd protest, what were we always like, oh my God, what's going to happen in Camden?
Nothing happened in Camden.
Nothing.
That's what we mean. Like, it's kind of like,
Yeah,
you kind of look at it
cops.
like, what's going to happen in Camden? What's going to happen in Newark? Nothing. Where was the worst part of Jersey? Atlantic City. Of all fucking places.
Yeah, and Philly had all these other things, and Philly had cops beating the hell out of people, and then, you know, everybody saying, you know, they want their badge and this and that, and they're like, oh, well, Fraternal Order Police Union, ha ha ha. And that's why you had like white supremacists with cops during curfew hours being like, yeah, it's tag team, beat them up. It made no sense. Where then you see Camden, which used to be the murder capital of fucking America, used to be, they basically let go all their police. You got rid of the union because they were paying so goddamn much. Hired some people back, retrained them all in things that weren't suggestions but requirements. Like, you are required to do this, and you can only use deadly force if it is a last resort. And trust me, if you use it, there will be a board reviewing it. Which, yeah, all of a sudden the chief of police came out during the things like, hey, we're with you. We get this. And they marched with them. Nothing happened. And that's the thing right there. It's like, you want to stop this violence. You want to stop all these things from happening and be proud, you know, and be proud of your police force and do that. Well, you don't need to defund the police and have less cops. You need better trained cops, and you need to get rid of police unions, because those are the things that don't hold police accountable.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, finish your statement.
Sorry, and those are the things that don't hold police accountable, because, like, I remember when I got pulled over and held at gunpoint and all that, and I was ready to sue. A lawyer said, do not do it, you will lose. You will lose money, you will lose your time, and chances are you will lose a lot more. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, because it's the police union. Do you really want to take them on? And he showed me the numbers, and I'm just like, fuck this, I'm done. And I don't go in Jenkintown anymore. Because I know they're racist pieces of shit. And that's where you need to get rid of these police unions that treat shit like Gestapo. They have so much political power. And it's disgusting. And that's why, no matter how many times you march, how many times nothing will happen. That's why when somebody murders somebody in cold blood, like a kid coming back from a store with iced tea for his brother just outside his house because some white neighbor decided that, oh, this kid has a mask on, not knowing he has sickle cell anemia, and he's waving his hands around. I think he's crazy. No, he's listening to music. That instead of actually saying, hey, what's up? Oh, I'm right by my house. All right, have a good night. They go, hey, what's up? I'm right by my house. And then they put him in a chokehold and kill him. And then they say they don't kill him because they administered a drug to revive him, but they didn't know his body would react to the wrong shit. And they OD'd him on it, and he died. He had no priors. That shit. As much as people want to say about George Floyd or even Jacob Blake and that they had priors, Elisha McClain had no priors.
Yeah, I was about to say there is a difference. Like, I don't. Anytime anyone argues with that, it's like I don't use George Floyd as an example because there's a lot more issues with George Floyd than just that.
See,
well, what I was going to say.
John, go.
Let me get the.
Yeah, go.
No, it's like during the whole George Floyd thing, a lot of shit was, broadcast on TV and stuff like that. And there was a couple incidents that happened that got me pissed off. Like there was a protest somewhere, I forget where. A woman was kneeling on the ground with her hands up, not even doing anything, and this big old burly cop walks over and pushes her over and knocks her ass to the ground. The next thing, his black superior officer, this woman, I forget her name, went and abolished him, and he was suspended. He goes, "She was in my way. We're trying to disperse a crowd. She got in my way, so I felt she was being too aggressive." That was his excuse. That was his excuse for knocking a woman down who was on her knees and her hands were in the air. Nothing in her hands.
What about the police in Buffalo where they pushed over an old man?
That was my next point. That old man was just standing there. All he was doing was taking pictures of badges so he could report people for doing wrong. And this cop knocked him on his ass and made him bleed from his ears. And then when another cop tried to pick him up, no, leave him there. And they walked over him.
That's police unions for you.
And it's like I look at it as, I see it every day on YouTube when I turn it on because I was watching a lot of the Floyd stuff. So what it does, it sends me other things that I might be interested in. And it's what a lot of people are doing is all those First Amendment audits. They do those. And then a lot of these cops, there was a kid was on a public sidewalk, on a public street with a camera. The second the cop came there, ripped the camera out of his hands, threw handcuffs on him, threw in the back of the car, and turned all his stuff off. And he says, you were looking in windows. They went back and they looked at the video. He was nowhere near windows. He was on a public sidewalk. And yet they did this to him.
Mm-hmm.
And right now there's a lawsuit pending on that. He's suing each of the cops, the ones that gripped the camera out of his hand and threw him to the ground and handcuffed him and threw him in the car.
See, what I always think is hilarious is, like, you're on a public sidewalk. If this was indoors and they're like, oh, well, you can't film, that's one thing. But you're in public. You are allowed to do whatever you want in public as long as it is not impeding somebody. Just because they have a camera out, you're not being impeded. If you think you're being impeded with someone standing 20 feet away with a camera, you obviously don't know what impeding means.
And there's one other one I'm going to say, and then we'll get off that subject. There was a protest going on somewhere in the Midwest somewhere. This was pre-COVID shit. This was about a year ago. There was a bunch of people outside of a hotel saying, fuck the police, which I don't condone because I just don't condone saying stuff like that in public. That's just stupid. But unfortunately, they have a right to say what they want, free speech. So this cop comes over and he says, you're trespassed. When technically to trespass someone, the business has to tell you you're trespassed. Nobody told this guy he was trespassed. The cop automatically assumed he was trespassed. So when the guy's like, you're giving me your ID or you're under arrest. So the guy ran. So the cops tased him twice. And then the cop falls, which everybody thought was hysterical. And the guy gets away, and then his boss, the cop's boss, comes over and he goes, he's under arrest for disturbing the peace, for saying fuck, for running away, for not giving me his ID. And the cop's like, he doesn't have to do anything. He doesn't have to do any of that. Because it's free speech. And he goes, but he's yelling, fuck this. And he goes, it's free speech.
Yeah.
And guess what happened? The cop was fired, and the guy won $750,000 in a lawsuit.
The cop was fired. Guarantee the cop got rehired by another district.
I don't know. I didn't look into that. But the whole situation was some, I want to emphasize that, some police are scumbags.
It always is. It always is that way. I mean, look at the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. There was no excuse for that.
Which, by the way, they still have not said anything about that.
But did you remember there was that woman
They
who was pulled over
busted
to traffic?
through her door and she was sleeping.
Well, you know what it is? It's like, I don't remember. I think it was Sandra Bland, I think her name was. Did you remember hearing about that situation 2 years ago?
Yeah.
She was pulled over by a white cop, and the cop pulled her out, put her in some kind of hold. She was arrested. She was put in a jail cell. She was dead the next day.
Yeah,
and they want to know what the hell happened to her. Nobody's talking.
Like, her, I mean, this is years ago. Tamir Rice, he's in his backyard playing with a BB gun. Yes, it actually was a toy gun, not a BB gun. It was a toy gun. I guess the orange part was missing. A cop goes in there.
I remember that.
He saw him in the yard. And then he saw the gun and he shot the kid 20 times.
Well, you know, there was another one. I mean, it's like, I could quote 1,000 of them, but there's a couple more that I remember. That there was a guy was he was at work. This isn't involving a person, this is involving an animal, which really infuriated me. The dog was in his backyard of his house. They claimed there was a kid missing. So they're going through property to property, knocking on doors to see if we can look in your thing. This one cop decided to hop the fence where there's a beware of dog sign on the door. The dog was in the backyard. He apparently knocked and didn't hear anything, so he assumed he could go back there. And he saw the dog, and before the dog even charged him, the dog barked at him. He shot him dead. So they call the owner of this dog to come back home. They go, "What happened?" "Oh, we're looking for missing kids who went in your yard, saw your dog, and shot him. Thought he was aggressive." He was a 1-year-old dog. He never showed a minute of aggression in his life. And the cop feared for his life.
Oh, I saw one.
It's a 40-pound dog, and you're telling me you've got handcuffs, tasers, gun, and all that stuff, and you're afraid of a 40-pound fucking dog? Get out of the cop business.
Oh, I saw one recently. Like, this was in Atlanta, where this cop comes on this girl's porch, and he says, "You're coming with me." Da, da, da. And she's like, "Wait a minute, what?" And you're like, "We did not even ask you here. We don't even know why you're here. We're just we're having an argument. Yes, but we are on our property." Yada, yada. And this cop goes after the girl. Then he tases her. And then he brutalizes her as he takes her off the property. I'm just like, she said straight up, like, "We did not even ask you here. There's no reason why you should be here."
And listen, I swear, this is the last one, and I'm done. I'm getting pissed off now.
We'll go into football after this.
There was I got a baseball question I got to ask after I'm done with that.
Oh, okay.
So this woman and her husband were having problems with a CPS incident. So a cop apparently came to that location to ask for something, and he wasn't. The people are like, "Well, we're handling it. We don't want to talk to anybody." And the words that came out of the cop's mouth were, "You could suck my dick."
Oh yeah, that.
There it is.
And I'm like, and then he goes back, and they reported him to his boss, and his boss said, "What the hell were you thinking saying that?" He goes, "I was frustrated. They weren't answering my question." You were frustrated, so you tell this woman and her husband, and I think he directed that towards the husband of all people, that using the words, "You could suck my dick." I'm sorry. He was fired for that. And he should have been. Because that's disrespectful. What if the guy walked up to the cop, "Yo, cop, suck my dick." The cop probably would have said something, probably would have done something, but it's like, he figures since some cops, I want to make sure I emphasize that, some cops think they're above it. That they can say whatever they want, do whatever they want, because they have the protection of the Chris,
Police unions.
there you go.
Police unions basically are proud sponsors to police brutality and murder.
Okay,
And
but
no, it's how it is. I mean, Derek Chauvin, the guy who killed George Floyd, he had 18 prior complaints. He served one, and it was a 40-hour suspension. That was it.
Don't get me started on that one, because there's a lot of shit about Floyd that doesn't add up.
Well, I'm not
Okay,
saying Floyd. I'm saying
No, I'm saying about the
Chauvin's
cop.
priors.
I'm saying about the cop.
I'm
There's-
saying his priors. I'm saying his priors.
I understand that, but I'm saying there's shit about the cop that don't add up either, and that's because of the past.
Oh yeah, that's why I said. And police unions were even trying to get Chauvin off at that with the murder. They were trying to get him off of that. Like the head of the police union's like, "Oh, I didn't see anything wrong." It's like, really? Like I posted a thing, which I know fuck John Stossel because what he did to Dr. D.
oh yeah, well yeah.
Yeah, but he had a thing on police unions, and he talks to a guy, and he's like, "Well, what? Why did this? What? Like, oh, look what they were doing." It's like, but they weren't. It's like, oh yeah, they were, and then he's like, "Well, I don't know about this." And then he's like, "Oh, but Camden will be sorry they got rid of the unions." It's like, really? They're doing good.
But
Okay, let's get off this.
Anyway,
subject.
John,
Let's get
what
off-
is your baseball question?
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask this of both of you, and I want an honest answer from both of you on what I asked. Ronnie, I'll ask you first. Since we're both Met fans, I'll ask you yours. With the deadline being on Monday, the trading deadline, do you think, answer the questions as that, do you think the Mets will add anybody, and who would you like to see them add, and what position would you like to see them, strengthen? Because, and Chris, keep in mind, it's the same thing goes for your Phillies. The same question is going to go to you, but Ronnie's first.
No, I don't think they're gonna add anybody. I think if Brody is thinking he ain't gonna be around next year, and Jeff also knows this, would not shock me if they start selling.
Okay. Now, do you see them trying to emphasize the pitching staff, the bullpen, or do you think everything's just going to be they're just going to trade their pending free agents and restock minors, or bring in people that are under contract for the next year or two?
Oh, if they're smart, they'll trade. What's his name, and try to get some prospects. They'll try to trade good old opt-out boy, because he got royally fucked. He fucked the Mets over.
Ooh, Stroman?
Yeah.
Well, I looked into it. People that opt out, they can't trade. They can't trade any players that opted out.
I'm sorry. Well, technically though, even though he opted out, he was still part of the regular season.
But he opted out.
But technically, since he's not going to play, they can't trade a player that's not playing. That's like the old DL thing. I don't call it injured reserve. It's the disabled list. Like, you can't trade players that are on the disabled list, because technically you're trading a player that's not playing and that doesn't foresee to be playing.
Oh, then technically he should have never accrued playing time, because he never pitched. Pitched one fucking game. One game, and then I'm hurt.
But you see, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, look, would I like to see Stroman re-sign? Yeah. Do I think he will?
No.
But what I'm saying is, since the pitching staff has been decimated this year, do you see them bringing anybody in for, say, Wilson Ramos is a free agent? Do you see them trying to trade Old Man Cano? Do you see them trading? Well, they're never going to trade Jed Lowry, because that guy's fucking never going to play again.
Well, if they trade Cano, who's
$20 million week.
If they decide to trade Cano, who's willing to take on that contract?
But you know what? If the Mets agree to pay some of it, do you think they'll find takers for him?
I mean, he still has, 6 years left on that fucking contract?
No, he's got 4 years left on a contract.
4? Okay. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I mean,
I mean, so your thing is to trade the pending free agents, and then try to restock for next year and moving forward,
There's only one
or
guy that I could see them going for if they're gonna buy, and that's
that.
the kid out of the Angels. Um,
Not Otani.
no. I would love Otani, but it's not Otani. Fuck.
I know it ain't Trout, so.
No. Starting pitcher. Oh god damn it! Why am I spacing on his freaking name? Here, let me find it. Go, Chris. You answer that. I'll find
Chris,
this.
okay, Chris. You heard everything all the criteria that I set out.
Yeah.
Do you see what moves do you want to see the Phillies make? Who do you want to see them trade? Who do you want to see them? What do you want them threaten? Or do you think they'll be buyers or sellers? Go for it.
Oh God. Knowing the Phillies, they're gonna be sellers. They always do.
All right, if they're going to be sellers, who do you see being shipped out?
They're gonna be dumb. They're gonna be dumb. They're gonna say they can't pay him the money, so they're gonna ship out Real Muto, and it's so fucking stupid.
Okay. What about Didi? You think they're going to trade Didi, or they're going to keep him?
They'll keep him.
I mean, the only players, obviously, well, I should say it, the only player that the Phillies are not going to part with is obviously Harper. We already know that.
Yeah.
But do you think everybody else on the team is fair game, or do you think there's anybody else that's untouchable that you don't
They'll
see?
keep Hoskins. They'll keep Hoskins because they like him. And he's cheap.
He's cheap. Yeah, but when's he a free agent, though? That's the question.
Well,
all right. But all right. So, do you think the Phillies are going to be sellers? You don't think they're going to be buyers?
I mean, if they need to buy anything, they need to buy a goddamn bullpen, and it's not one person, one arm. They need to buy a whole bullpen.
Didn't the Phillies just make a whole bunch of trades for a bunch of relievers?
I don't know, because seriously, like I said before, when Roman Quinn fell on his ass, then when we had the Corona scare, and then we went on that nice little 8-game losing streak, I sort of gave up on the Phils.
All right, well, wait a minute. I'm bringing it up now. It's like, because I remember them making a bunch of trades. They made a bunch. Let's see. Wait a minute. Let me go to roster. Because I actually went to the Phillies page. Let's see. I'm pulling it up now. Second. They got Brandon Workman, Keith Embry. They got David Hale from the Yankees. So they got David Hale, Brandon Workman, Heath Embry. I got somebody else too. No, that was it. They signed through. They traded for 3 bullpen arms: Workman, Embry, and Hale. So they went out and they got bullpen help. But since you're not really following, you don't know where their needs are or their stuff is.
Yeah, I got, like I said, after their nice little losing streak when they came back off of COVID vacation. Yeah, I was done with them.
So,
I mean, we're 12-14.
Well, so are we.
Hey, and we beat the Nats. That's nice.
Yeah, we got
the Nats are 11-17.
Yeah, and then we got our dicks knocked in the dirt yesterday by the Marlins twice. So we're 12-16. You guys are 12-14. We're 5
All right, the
games
Marlins should be kicked out of the NL East because they just keep infecting everybody with COVID, and that's how they win.
And they're in second fucking place right now.
I know. And the Braves are
Atlanta.
like, thank God we're not playing them yet.
It's like every team they play, they knock somebody out.
Yeah. See, so all right, what we need for the Phillies, we need a whole new bullpen. And I'm not saying a couple arms. No, I'm saying all middle relievers, a closer. We need a whole new damn bullpen. Because these guys fucking suck. Maybe the Cuban guy is the one guy I'll keep. I forgot his damn name. Number 53. The guy has a nice little breaking ball.
All right, wait a minute. I'll let you know who he is in a second. I'll
Yeah.
keep talking, and I'll
That's how much I'm just like, ugh. Like, I like Vinny Velasco, but I think he's more of a middle reliever than a starter.
Right.
And Vinny Velasquez, like, he can be really good, and then he can suck really hard.
Sounds like half.
He's a pitcher, you said? He's a pitcher, you said?
Yeah, number 53.
Blake Parker.
Not Nick. Really? I thought it was this other guy.
No, well, there's a pitcher. Number 53 is a guy named Blake Parker, I'm sorry. Depth chart. Let me go to the depth chart. Maybe that'll simplify it a little bit. There's I'll name names. There's a Hector Neres.
That's what it is. Hector Neres.
Hector Neres. Your bullpen is Neres, Workman, Adam Morgan, Heath Embry, David Hale, Jojo Romero, Blake Parker, Reggie McCain, Tommy Hunter, and Vince Velasquez.
Yeah, I'll keep Hector Neres, and I'll keep
Vince Velasquez.
Yeah, Vinny Velasco. If we're gonna sell anybody, can we please sell tight pants?
Who's tight? Oh, Jake Arrieta.
God damn, the Octagon has come to the ice. Apparently, the Bruins are really fucking pissed that the Lightning had a nice little breakaway, and a dude just literally took him down and started beating him down on the ice.
Okay, anyway.
Sorry, I'm just like, holy fuck.
Okay, go back to what you were saying about tight pants.
Ugh, yeah. If we can get rid of tight pants, I'd be so fucking happy. Because he's done nothing for us. He sucks balls. We could ship his ass back to Chicago. I'd be happy.
Yeah, your starting rotation is Nola, Wheeler, Arrieta, Eflin, and Spencer Howard. That's your starting five.
Yeah, all of them I'm pretty okay with, except for fucking Arrieta. Tight pants blows. Tight pants is good once in a while, and then he sucks donkey dick fucking balls. And then they'll talk about how, oh, I'm amazing. I'm amazing. I'm so good. No, you're not. You suck fucking donkey dick. Because whenever you think you're fucking great, you get shelled. Then you get angry at the players because they're not doing enough. It's like, well, they can't really field the ball when you're watching it go out into the cheap seats.
Well, here's Arrieta's 2020 stats. He's 2-3 with a 4.32 ERA, 5 game starts, 25 innings pitched, 18 strikeouts, whip of 1.28. That's his That's his stat. That's his line for 2020.
He needs a line after that. Fucking cocaine's a hell of a drug.
See, I don't watch. See, I don't watch most of it because whenever I do watch Arrieta, he's always giving up a massive homer. It's like, and Jake Arrieta to pitch, and there it goes. Yeah, go sit on the pine there, tight pants.
And you know what I'm really pissed off about? Wheeler this year, his line, he's 3-0, 2.76 ERA, 32 innings pitched, 20 strikeouts, and a 1.10 ERA whip. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Why couldn't the Mets pony up for him?
Yeah, we need more Wheeler. We need more Wheeler. Shit, we'll take the other Mets guy that we got last year's doing good.
Who, Vargas?
Yeah.
He's not even on the team anymore. He's not even playing
doing good.
This year.
He's doing better than...
He's doing good. He's not
on the team. Let any runs up.
He's got a great ERA. How many games did he pitch? None.
Yeah,
0-0.
He's got no decisions. But he's got no wins. But he's got no losses,
Hey,
so it's
he's
amazing.
having a good year. Hey, I say he's having a good year, all right?
Let me see. I don't even know where he's playing. I'm pulling him up. I want to see where he's even playing, if he's playing. Jason Vargas. Let's see. Where is he playing? He is currently. Let's see. Pulling him up.
While you're looking for that, breaking news.
He's a free agent. Nobody wants him.
He's having a great year.
He's currently a free agent.
So, breaking news, all soccer postponed and the Dodgers have postponed today.
Figured.
Uh-oh. Is that because of the riot stuff or no?
Well,
That's because of the shooting, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
So
was
it's
just
not
breaking.
health related.
That was just breaking on. That just broke on ESPN.
Okay, but like I said, with Vargas, he's 37, and if he's not signed by this year, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't playing anymore. He's done.
He's having a good season. 0-0.
He's gonna be healthy.
Oh, Ronnie, did you?
No, I didn't. JT Barramudo.
That's the guy for the Phillies.
No, he's Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
No, what I was saying, I was like, knowing the Phillies and their dumbass, they'll sell. And because they'll make up Matt Klentak will make up some excuse not to pay him. So they'll ship off JT. Sorry. They'll ship off JT Realmuto.
Well,
Even though they should pay him long term like Harper. And Harper's been going to bat for him, saying keep him here. Matt Klentak and all his stupid moronic fuckitude will be
general
like,
manager.
yeah.
Well, yeah, your general manager's in the same boat as ours, Brony Van Suckstick.
Well, hopefully our owner will be smart.
Oh, by the 31st, we should have word of the final sale. It should be official. The decision will be made on the 31st or the 1st of September of who the winning bidder is on the Mets. Is it going to be Steve Cohen or is it going to be Hips Don't Lie and Aroyd?
No. Ask for days and Aroyd.
I'm being funny. I'm being
Hips
sarcastic.
Don't Lie would be Shakira.
Yeah.
I was being sarcastic.
Joe Girardi needs to. God damn.
You don't like
Another
Girardi?
goal for the Lightning.
I know. I'm watching it
Man,
now.
the Bruins are getting beat. The Bruins are getting beat the shit out of this fucking game.
All right, so
Anyway.
what about Girardi?
Girardi should have say on it, but I doubt he does. And it's going to be Quintac and MacPhail. And that's a perfect name for the baseball operations president, especially of the Phillies. Now it is like this. Andy MacPhail, because all he does is fucking fail.
Is that the grandson or something of Lee McPhail? The guy who used to run the base?
I don't know. He's a guy that needs to leave. There you go. Same as Matt Quintac. Hopefully John Middleton pulls ownership over these motherfuckers and says, yeah, sign JT. We're going to sign Realmuto. But Quintac and McPhail will be like, oh, well, according to the numbers of the Vertex and the Apex.
Well, the chart.
Well,
when you look at the
chart
chart.
of home runs versus this to I'm a dumb fuck and we can't win anything anyway when we're there. We should get rid of JT Realmuto and get more. Dude, like they're trying to be like Sam Hinkie, but they suck.
Well, when you look at the chart.
Yeah, when you look at the chart. I mean, Joe Girardi likes charts and he likes analytics, but I'm pretty sure he wants to shove McPhail's chart up his ass.
Yeah, probably.
Middleton, my God, when you look at the chart, shove the chart up your ass. God damn.
It's like the joke from the Nostalgia Critic. Well, when you look at the chart.
Yeah,
oh, God, Nostalgia Critic.
Well, if you look at the chart, hold on, I had some Taco Bell. Give me that chart.
Yeah, the chart's toilet paper.
Yeah, give me the chart.
The chart has some sharts
I'll
on
tell you
it.
what I think of your chart.
The chart has some chart.
Yeah, I'll shoot you
Shards
with a
are gonna
big
be
chart.
sharded on.
Yeah, give me that shit.
First,
He wipes his ass with my chart. I love this guy.
No, that was no, what was it?
Airheads.
he
He
goes,
wipes his ass with his own contract. I love this guy.
Love this guy.
I love that movie.
I love that he wipes his ass with his fucking contract. I love this fucking guy.
Oh shit! All right, so
Anyway.
I'm sorry, Joe Mantegna's best line ever.
yeah. So okay. So other news. I really don't have any other news. Do you guys want to do UFC picks and then make our predictions for just let's
do that.
Let's do all the NFL. Just get it out of the way. And
Get it out of the way.
before my computer crashes.
Let's try to get it done fast before your computer craps again.
No, that's why I make the
because
joke.
we got a Category 4 hurricane hitting, Texas and Louisiana.
Yeah, let's do it.
But
Let's close out with that. So let's close out with the UFC picks.
Yeah, do you notice how the hurricane is like driving right? It's like, hi, guess what, Virginia? Boom.
Oh, so you mean it's a Trump supporter?
No, I think it hates Trump.
No, never mind.
I think it's
John got
karma
it.
for all the lies.
John got it.
No, yeah, I got that. I think it's karma for all the lies. Where it's like, no, all these lies, all right, now, and here comes this massive hurricane to wipe out Washington.
Well, God damn it, no. Nope. All right, let's get to the UFC.
Holy shit! I thought that was the third period.
No, there's still another period to go. There's still another period to go.
It just ended.
Yeah, I know.
It's 6-1 after 2.
There's still another one.
Oh, but you know what? It's funny that you said that a hurricane might hit them. That's, you remember when Katrina hit and nobody was doing anything from the government because it was so far away? Let something hit Washington. They'll have FEMA, they'll have the Red Cross, they'll have fucking Sean Penn out there diving in for people. They'll be going crazy.
Really? Sean? What the fuck?
All Trump did when Puerto Rico got nailed by a hurricane was hand out paper towels.
Kobe.
No, the reason I brought up Sean Penn is because there was a documentary I watched years ago when the levees broke. It was a Spike Lee documentary about Hurricane Katrina. It's an excellent. It's in 5 parts. It's an excellent documentary. It shows it from before it happened, as it was happening, and then everything that happened afterward. But Sean Penn went down there in a private plane and was helping get people out. He was helping delivering food and stuff like that. He had a pretty big part in that. That's the only reason I brought up Sean Penn's name.
Ah, okay.
Okay. But no, yeah, there's a hurricane coming this way. It's probably gonna be. There's 2 hurricanes deciding to fuck the coast, to fuck Texas and New Orleans at the same time. It's gonna turn into a fucking gangbang of fucking Karens. It's gonna get ugly. Yo, you guys, Chris, you still there? What the?
Did we go offline again?
No. I don't know.
There you are.
I don't know what happened.
We thought
I don't know either.
We thought we lost you again.
No.
I'm saying, do you remember that when a hurricane hit Puerto Rico and he handed out paper towels?
Oh, okay, so that's all. That's what you didn't hear. All right, good. No, because I made the joke. I went Kobe. Because he did the fucking Kobe Bryant. He was shooting fucking paper towels like they were basketballs.
Yeah, and even all the people on the news are like, "Are you fucking serious? We got smashed by a hurricane, and you're handing out paper towels."
Not just handing out. He's like shooting J's to the people in the back of the fucking...
Yeah, and half the people are just like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
A lot.
Yeah, we know. We've learned.
We've
All right. Anyway, so UFC
Yes.
Fight Night. Out of the UFC Apex, of course.
Yep, small ring.
And it's a good thing there's no crowd here because
This is a boring
after
ass.
because Dana White's speaking at the RNC tomorrow night, which I remember when he did that in 2016 and people booed the shit out of him.
Yep.
When it was like a championship fight, Dana White came in the thing and the crowd booed the shit out of him.
Yeah, wasn't that a Lewis fight? Or no, that was the week after.
Yeah, it was I forgot what fight it was. I think it was John Jones.
Yeah, Jones, but they had the next week was a Derek Lewis fight, because remember Derek Lewis came out in support of Trump.
Yeah, and he got booed out of
He got booed out of the building.
And Joe Rogan's like, yeah, Derek Lewis. And he ran.
Yeah, I remember that. That was Derek Lewis' main event.
Yeah, but it was right after the RNC thing. Like, basically Dana White's in there. And still. And he gives the title to Jones, and people just boo the shit out of him.
I remember that.
And they weren't booing Jones.
No, they were booing
Because
Dana.
Dana left the octagon and the booing stopped. I was like, man, you might as well be happy that the Apex has no fans in it for a while, so people don't, go nuts on you.
But all right.
Anyway,
yeah.
So the fights.
Yep.
So Sean Brady. Oh my God. Takes on If You Want to Be With Me, There's a Price to Pay.
What a man wants, what a man needs.
Christian Aguilera. I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Gotta rub me the right way.
I would say give me the genie, but he's plus 310. Fuck you. Genie in the bottle's gonna get put back in the bottle.
Oh my God. No, dude. See, this is why I wish Rogan was doing commentary on this, and I hope Brady hits him with a nut shot. Brady I think he rubbed him the wrong way there.
Yeah, right.
And John Anik, and if it's DC, I don't think it's DC. It'd be John Anik and probably Felder.
No, I wanted it to be Felder and Bisping.
Oh my God, dude! But you have to have Rogan, so it'd be Rogan. Well, Bisping would do that thing anyway.
Oh yeah,
so
Bisping would do it too. I was gonna say, are you kidding?
He rubbed him the wrong way there.
I mean, I only have one good eye, but he rubbed him the wrong way. Why is my English accent a fucking Scottish?
I don't know. He looks like he rubbed Aguilera the wrong way there.
Why is your English accent Australian?
Blimey. Oh, blimey.
Crikey!
The thing is,
he hit him right in the crikey!
Bisping doesn't have like a proper English accent.
No, he's not Robin Hood.
He has more of a Cockney accent.
Yeah, he's a Cockney.
Which more of a Cockney British accent is near Australian.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you don't go blimey, but he looked like he hit him the wrong way there. He rubbed him the wrong way.
Yeah, give me Brady.
Okay. All right, then we strawweight. Oh, I'm gonna take. Fuck it. I'm gonna take the genie in the bottle.
Do you have enough conviction to put money on that?
No.
That's what I thought.
Hey, John, who you taking here? The Brady bunch or the genie in the bottle?
Yeah, Marsha, or Christina Aguilera.
I'll choose from the pile of don't care.
All right, and then the women's strawweight, we have Polyana Viana taking on Spitfire Emily Whitmire.
Yeah, give me Spitfire.
I'm going Spitfire because she had to withdraw from one.
Yeah.
From an event. I think it was COVID related.
Someone in her family had COVID.
Yeah, it was COVID. Yeah, someone in her family had COVID, and I think Whitmire is going to take it out on Viana and submit her.
I can see that.
All right, then we have Bruce Leroy, Alex Caceres taking on Giga Chikadze. I'm Giga. Give me
Yeah,
Giga.
Giga by knockout.
Yeah, Giga by knockout, easy. Alessio De Chirico takes on Zach Cummings.
Give me Zach.
All right. Mallory Martin takes on Hannah Cyphers. I think Shockwave wins this one.
I'm taking the Uber dog on here. I'm taking Hannah.
Yeah, so I meant Cyphers.
She's
Is
plus.
this Mallory Martin's first fight?
I don't know,
In
but dude, she's
UFC?
minus 310. Martin is the heavy favorite. Hannah's plus 255.
Looking here, Mallory Martin. Oh no, it's not her first.
Okay.
She lost to Virna Jandiroba by decision. That's it.
You know what? And you know what the difference is in this fight? Martin is a very more technical ground. Like she's gonna smother you by taking you strict to the ground. She's gonna pull a fat heavyweight move. Just start laying on you.
Really? I don't think that.
Martin
Mallory
takedown
Martin is
takedown average and takedown accuracy. She gets 4 takedowns per fight.
Yeah, but she let me see. Her style are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai.
From what it looks like, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think she's just gonna lay and pray. I think if she takes him down, she's gonna try to fight. If she takes her down, she's gonna try to go for a choke or a sub.
Well, she hasn't won by submission since last year in April of last year,
All right.
and
Well,
she lost her last fight by submission too.
Yeah, but to Virna Jindaroba,
Right, but I'm just saying.
which isn't anything to sneeze at.
No, but all right, next fight.
Maki Patolo takes on Impa. Oh my God, Impa Kazagane, who's undefeated, and I think this
Probably
might be his
his
first
debut.
fight in the UFC.
Yeah, I think so too. But give me Patoli or Patolo.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Impa.
Okay.
I'm going with Impa.
Impotence is very
You're impotent.
no.
you're
You're an ass. I
like
eat pieces
you're like my impotent. I'm like you're impotent.
I eat pieces like shit for you for breakfast. You eat pieces of shit for breakfast?
No.
Oh.
Alright, next.
All right. We have Magomed Ankalev. This is the main card.
Yep.
Magomed Ankalev versus Dion Kudalaba.
Makachev. Give me the Russian by submission.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ankalev. I took Kudalaba last time. It was a big mistake. Ricardo Lamas versus Bill Algeo.
Lamas, dude, these odds are terrible for this fight. There's no money to be made in this fucking fight.
Ji Yan Kim. Yeah, versus Alexa Grasso. I'm going Alexa Grasso.
Grasso, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I don't take any Asian fighter unless it's Zhang.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Robbie Lawler comes back to fight Neil Magny.
Magny.
I'm gonna go Robbie Lawler.
Robbie's a heavy dog in this too.
Well, the thing is, Robbie's got that puncher's chance.
Yeah, he's that striker. He's that That witty striker.
And he's not fighting like, shitty slapper Colby Covington. Anthony Smith versus Alexander Rakic.
This is your main event.
I'm gonna go Smith.
Yeah, I think Smith too. I think I think people are praying too hard on Rakic. I think the fact that Smith has the experience, especially in these these longer round fights, helps him.
Well, Smith also wants to get back after getting TKO'd in round 5 by Glover Teixeira.
That's true too, but I think this is Rakinic's first main event fight. So the question is he going to be able to live up to going 5 rounds? Is he going to have the stamina?
Rakic lost his last fight to Volkan. Well, Rakic is going to go for the knockout fast, and I think if he tries that, Anthony Smith might nail him.
Yeah, Smith
was up in the title picture, so I don't think Smith is that bad where all of a sudden now he's no longer going to be in the title picture.
Okay, no. Well, no. Smith knocked out Gufferson. Yeah, like he's fought in 4 or 5 mains. Rakic has not fought in any main event. This is his first main.
Ooh! All right, next week's main event. They don't have anything else for it yet, so they're putting it together, I guess, for the prelims.
Yeah.
All right, Alistair Overeem takes on Augusto Sakai.
Overeem by knockout.
Oh, shit. Guess who comes back on September 26th?
Kobe?
No.
Who?
Gotta take energy in from the storms, Vato.
Oh, no, Vato. Fucking Diego.
He's teasing retirement following the Jake Matthews fight. But it could be leverage for him trying to get a new contract.
Yeah, right?
I'm just like, I can't believe he's fighting. All right, but after Overeem Sakai, this is on September 12th. Oh, boy. The fireworks in this are going to be, ooh. Glover Teixeira takes on the guy who almost beat John Jones with a broken leg.
Oh.
El Mareta. Thiago Santos comes back.
Okay.
Woo! Man, the fireworks are going to be amazing in that one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right. We ready for this?
And then, the 19th. Sorry, I'm just going through the 19th. You have the co-main event is Shamil Abdurakhimov versus Cyril Gane. And the main event, this is a fight night. Tyron Woodley takes on the Mouth, Colby Covington.
That's a fight night?
That's a fight night.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and this is... What the... Holy shit!
What?
All right, that's not Wei Li Yang. All right. That's not Wei Li Yang. All right. This is UFC 253. This is just the main card. Shane Young, Nate Landwehr. Kai Kara-France versus Brandon Royval. Brad Riddell versus Alex da Silva Carrillo. Diego Sanchez versus Jake Matthews. Hakeem Dawodu versus Zubaira Takuga. Claudia Gadelha versus Yan Xiaonan. The light heavyweight title, co-main event, Dominic Reyes takes on Jan Blachowicz. And the main event for the middleweight title, Paulo Costa takes on the last style bender, Israel Adesanya.
Nice.
Yeah, like, woo! And then the last fight they have here so far listed is October 3rd, Holly Holm versus Irene Aldana.
Yeah,
Damn.
I knew about that one.
That's going to be a boxer's dream.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into our NFL picks.
Finally.
Finally, let's get this over with. Yes. So, all right, we'll start back from the top. So we'll start back. We're not going to go through
We already did the East.
East.
So,
So we all agreed Buffalo's going to be your pick, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Are you taking anybody else from the East? I forgot if anyone said that they were as a wild card.
Yeah.
You taking New England?
Oh, not from the East. No. Oh, I thought. Not from the AFC East. No.
AFC, no. Yeah. All right. We'll just go through the NFC first. All right. The AFC first. Sorry. AFC North.
No, we also had the NFC East. Remember?
Yeah, I think we all took Philly.
Yeah, we took Philly. I had Philly, and then I had Dallas as a wild card.
And I had Dallas as a wild card too.
Yeah.
John,
I don't know if John had Philly or not.
Did you have Philly?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Did you have anybody else coming out of the East?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I
As a
don't
wild
think
card?
I did.
Okay.
I don't
Because
believe I did.
remember there's 3 wild cards this year.
I don't believe I did, but like
Okay.
I said, it's
All right. So AFC North. Well, we'll go back to what we would normally do. All right. Last team on this list. Obviously, we don't think they're making the playoffs. Cincinnati Bengals. Do they do better than 2-14? Or
Yeah,
what
I
do you
think they
need?
do.
What do you need to see from Joe Burrow that makes you believe he deserved to be the number 1 pick?
Standing upright.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I see.
Can he stand upright, and can he make the throws under pressure needed? I mean, I don't expect him to win.
No.
I mean, I think if anything, Cincinnati's going to win maybe 4 or 5 this
I was
year.
gonna say I have 3.
I was gonna say about 4 for me.
Yeah, so we're all in agreement with that one. All right. Yep. Nope. No for the playoffs. Cleveland.
Yeah, so what I need to see out of Joe Burrow is competence.
Yeah. Cleveland. 6-10 last year. New head coach. Does Baker Mayfield take the next step being year 3?
You know what? I think he does. Cleveland has a good defense. They have another year with Odell Beckham and how to use them and everything else. And I think the hype train has died on Cleveland, which is good because Cleveland never does good with hype, ever.
Yeah.
So I think Cleveland wins 10.
Really? So do you have them as a wild card then?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I was gonna say I know you're not having them win.
No. God, no. Unless the Madden curse happens.
Well, he's not on the cover, is he?
Yeah, he is.
No, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Madden curse. Yeah, not Baker. Yeah, no, you're thinking Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, John, what do you have?
For Cleveland,
Yes.
6.
You think they stay at
6
6
wins.
and 10? I think they
Yeah.
improve. I think Baker gets better. I see 9 wins, and they just missed the playoffs.
I think Cleveland takes that step because they had a defense that was good. The problem was their offense, and they're
Well, they
going to work a
locked-
ton on that.
They locked down their defense because they signed back Garrett.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
So-
of course.
So, I think they're going to take the next step. I think they're just going to miss the playoffs, though. I have them at 9. I have them at 9-7.
And
Cleveland
now has a full season and a full offseason to work with Kareem Hunt.
See,
And
my thing is
Nick
though,
and
is
Nick
the,
Chubb.
my thing is though is the reason I fade them right now is because they're coming in with a new coach and no preseason.
I mean, I could see that, but at the same time, like Mayfield's been working with Landry and Beckham and everybody else, and
Right. Well,
that
listen, I
Mayfield's
don't
one of those guys that basically calls shit in the huddle anyway, and he always goes against the coach's orders anyway.
see, and I agree with
So
you though.
it
That's why
doesn't matter what that coach is gonna do.
right, and that's also why I say I see them competing. They're going to compete for a playoff spot, hands down. I see them at 9-7 and just missing the playoffs. Like, so I have them pretty much right on the bubble.
All right.
Yeah. John, you're at 6-10, so you don't have them. Pittsburgh, 8-8 last year. Big Ben, back and healthy.
8-8 this year.
You see 8-8 this year. See, I see them at 10 wins. I have them in over Cleveland as a wild card.
You're hoping that Big Ben stays healthy.
Yep. And
I don't
Connor,
think he will.
I hope Big Ben stays healthy and Connor actually. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! Are you shitting me? Another fucking goal.
Yep. And get ready, dude. It's like fight night. Dude, Boston is so pissed now. This has just turned into fight night at the rink.
I hope Big Ben stays healthy, and on top of that, I'm hoping Connor has a good year.
I mean, their line doesn't look as good as it used to. They aren't as dominant as they used to be. I think Pittsburgh needs to find another quarterback, and that's why I say 8-8, because I don't think Roethlisberger's going to stay healthy, because that line can't keep him upright like that. And Roethlisberger's not like the Roethlisberger that he was back in his 20s that could stand amidst, a freaking piles and piles of people coming at his legs and just throwing the ball and being fine now.
Right.
Roethlisberger tries that shit now, he ends up in a world of hurt.
Yeah. John, what about you? What do you see Pittsburgh?
9.
9? Do you have them in the playoffs?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And finally, kind of don't have to explain it. We're all probably going with this as our winner for the division, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah. If Jackson stays healthy, which he should.
He should. And that line got better.
Yeah, I think Baltimore wins 13.
Dude, so Vegas has the odds of 25-1 that them or Kansas City will go 16-0.
I don't think anyone's going 16-0.
No, neither do I.
Very hard to do in the
They
NFL.
have Philly at 125-1.
What, to go 16-0?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, we're in the NFC East.
I was gonna say I'm like, yeah,
We're in the NFC East. We're gonna lose the game by ref shenanigans anyway. So.
Right.
And chances are it'll be in Dallas.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so we all have Baltimore as the North. Right now, we're all in lockstep with that. I know that's going to change in a little bit, but let's go to the South for AFC.
Oh, here we go.
Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars. They were 6-10 last year.
6-10 last year?
They were that good last year? They had a terrible team last year, and they still won 6 fucking games.
I'm gonna go. All right, with the Jacksonville Jags, I am going 7-9.
Okay, so you think Minshew takes a step?
Yeah, I think Minshew takes a step, but that Jacksonville defense is gonna be depleted because they're probably gonna lose Ngakoue,
Yeah.
and they still haven't replaced Ramsey.
Yeah, they haven't.
So that's an issue right there. So Minshew's going to have to, try to have a bunch of like late game heroics, which I think he'll have some late game heroics, but the problem is there'll be time left on the clock and that defense can't do shit.
No.
Because unless they sack the quarterback, they ain't going to do shit.
I agree. John, Jacksonville.
What was the record last year?
6-10. Which shocked the shit out of me. I didn't even realize they were that good.
8-8.
Damn!
So, all
You're
right,
more positive on him than I am. I was like, 7-9. You're like 8-8. I'm like, damn.
First number that popped in my head with it.
Hey, go with your gut.
Go with your gut, yeah. I have them staying at 6-10 because Fournette right now might be holding out.
Also, you don't like Minshew.
No, not even that. I don't think he's a good quarterback. I really don't think he's what Jacksonville needs. I think they need a new quarterback. But at the same time,
and you do not like Magnum QB, do you?
I don't think they have not just a quarterback. If Fournette's sitting, what does that do for their offense?
Not much, because Fournette sits a lot. Because when Fournette's not injured, he's usually suspended.
You're not wrong.
Sorry, Fournette. Fournette's this great running back. Yeah, he is when he's playing. The problem is he's hardly ever playing in Jacksonville.
Yeah. All right. The Indianapolis Colts. 7-9 last year. They have their quarterback for the next year in Phillip Rivers.
They have a quarterback.
Well, yeah. I mean, they still have Brissett, but
yeah.
But 7-9 last year. What do you got them at, Chris?
7-9 last year. You know what? I'm gonna go 9-7.
Okay.
But actually, 8-8.
8-8.
8-8. They missed the playoffs.
Okay.
And it's gonna be, but mostly it's gonna be on that defense. I mean, the offense will have a shot to score, but the defense is gonna give up some things, and the offense isn't, this juggernaut that's gonna be all completely clutch. And it's like how the Giants were sometimes, where when you need something clutch, the Giants just couldn't reach back and do it. Where that defense is going to be good, but they're going to allow scores at the wrong time. So they're going to be probably one of the best 8-8 teams in the NFL.
Yeah, they're just going to be shy out.
Yeah, they're just going to be, asked out because they got fucked over a couple games.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you with that. I have them just missing the playoffs.
Yeah.
John?
You're going to hate me. 10-6.
You have them winning the division or making the playoffs?
Making the playoffs.
All right, so you have them as a wild card or winning the division?
Wild card. Not a leader of the division. Wild card.
Okay. I just so I can write it down. I just want to make sure.
I just have it. Like I said, I'm going with, when I first hear the team and the record, I'm getting a gut instinct. I'm going with the gut the first time out.
Well, the thing is, and what's hard about Indy right now, and is the fact that Phillip Rivers is a brand new quarterback. So you don't know if he's going to be able to, what is he going to do the minute he comes in? Because there's no preseason.
There it is.
Yeah, and when it came to me picking bets for week 1, I faded anyone that was a new head coach or a new quarterback in a new system, because really it's going to be hard for them in the first month to see what you're going to have. That's how I
And
look at it.
Rivers always comes back too soon.
Right. Unless
Like they'll come back with like 5 minutes left to go, then the other team will score, and he'll get the ball with like 30 seconds left to go, and he has to throw like these desperation passes that of course he can't do.
But yeah, no, I could see them making the playoffs though, but it depends on how Rivers really does, and if Rivers gets hurt, then it really compares to how Brissett does.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I would rather have Brissett starting week 1, but Rivers is starting week 1.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Tennessee 9-7.
Damn, that's your. They were 9-7
They were
last year.
9-7. I have them at 10-6, making the playoffs as a wild card.
11-5.
Win division or wild card?
11-5. They win the division
Okay.
because J.J. Watt, you never know how long he's gonna play
Yep.
in a season, so I can't put anything on that. Deshaun Watson lost a massive piece in DeAndre. In Hopkins.
Yeah.
They lost Hopkins at a massive piece. Will Fuller's good, but he's not DeAndre Hopkins good.
Right.
And who else? Who did they have? Who would they get to replace him?
Oh, I don't even.
They drafted a rookie. I forgot who it was, but
Ugh.
yeah, but that defense isn't as good as it was, and I don't think that defense is gonna have as much. So I'm looking at
now. Here's my question to you though: does Tennessee? And here's where I have Tennessee. I have Tennessee in as the wild card, so I have them in.
I have the Titans winning the division.
But here's my question: let's just say, because with no preseason, you got to worry about injuries. Could they survive with Tannehill being hurt? If not for 2-3 weeks.
Yeah. Because Tennessee doesn't have the rely on Ryan Tannehill and pray to God thing. They have Derrick Henry.
Right. Well, that's really it. They have Henry. But
yeah, they have Henry. And Henry, with Derrick Henry, it doesn't matter. Because it's just like, all right, just open up a hole and give him the ball.
Yes, but I have 10-6. I have 10-6, and Tennessee getting into the wild card. John, what about you?
I have
9-7.
9-7. So you have them missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll explain quick. All right, because I was talking about the Texans so much, I didn't talk about the Titans.
Well, go
Derrick
ahead.
Derrick Henry and Tannehill definitely. They have decent receivers. They have good receivers actually that Tannehill has a rapport with. That Mariota didn't have, which I couldn't believe, but it's the truth.
Mariota really didn't pass much. He was looking to he was the oh shit quarterback, where it was the oh shit, the line broke down, I'm fucking running.
Yeah. And that's another thing also. Vrabel has done a lot to fix that line. That's why Derrick Henry can run like that. That's why Ryan Tannehill has had all that time.
Yeah.
Because he's got weapons. And that Tennessee defense, I mean, Keith Bullock, and I think there's a couple other guys that are really good, but everybody else are really like lunch pail guys.
Yeah. Good old blue
I
collar.
like Tennessee. Yeah, I like them 11-5, and I actually like Tennessee to make noise in the playoffs.
I could see that. I could definitely see them making noise in the playoffs, even if especially if by that time, and I'm just saying it now, we don't know what's going to happen. Especially by that time, if for some strange reason we start having fans back in the stands.
Yeah.
Dude.
All right.
Yeah, especially Tennessee getting a home game.
One. Yeah, let's cut that one short there.
You get what I mean. Houston.
Yeah.
Houston, I have them winning the division at 11-5.
Who the fuck do they have?
Watson. I could see Watson doing something. Dude, again, gut feeling.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna flip out when you see one of my fucking division winners. I know you're going to flip out.
Hold on. All right, Watson. All right, yes, Deshaun Watson is a damn good player, but the thing is, he needs a supporting cast. Who does he have? Lamar Miller, who is always injured, like 3/4 of the season or half the season. Alfred Blue, if they paid him. Will Fuller, Will Fuller always gets injured like halfway through the season. They don't have a tight end anymore. Their defense has lost people. Like J.J. Watt, like
Will Fuller. Hold on, you just answer your question. They got DeAndre Carter, Randall Cobb, Will Fuller, Kenny Stills.
Okay, still.
I'm just saying. I'm looking at their stuff, and then they have the Johnson and Johnson running backs, David and Duke Johnson.
David and Duke Johnson. Okay, yeah. Yay. The problem with the Texans always was they could never, like, even with DeAndre Hopkins, who caught everything, they still couldn't beat the elite teams in the NFL. And they even struggled against some teams in their division. And the Titans have gotten a lot better. They have time now with Tannehill. And I don't think that those, like Randall Cobb, like he vanishes and then he vanishes at times. Then you have the other guys. I don't think that they make up for the loss of DeAndre Hopkins.
Okay.
I know they do.
Yeah.
Which means the one thing Watson could always do, which is throw the big bomb down the sideline and no one Hopkins would catch it. Or Hopkins, or at least it would be a incompletion. You're taking that away from him. Like, even when Watson was at Clemson, he had a supporting cast. So I see 7-9.
Okay. And John, I guess you have Houston also winning the division.
Yes.
Okay. All right. To the West. Are we all in agreement on who's winning this fucking division? The $500 million man.
The $500 million man, yes.
Fucking Patty Mahomes. We all in agreement Casey's winning this fucking division.
I got the Chiefs at 14-2.
Yeah, same. I got them winning the number 1 seed in the AFC, winning the division.
Oh, completely.
Oh, I don't know of a number, but yeah, they are winning.
Yeah, so we don't need to talk about that. We're the Chiefs winning the division.
Yeah, and get the first round bye. But okay, LA Chargers, 5-11 last year. I think they're going to downgrade because I don't think Taylor's that good of a quarterback. I see them losing one more game than they did. I see them at 4-12. What do you have, Matt?
Oh, we're LA Chargers.
Go Chargers.
Chargers.
John, while he's looking that up. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
I'm going to have the Chargers at 10-6. Making the playoffs. Because if you notice, I only have one team so far that has a wild card, right?
Yep. You have Cleveland.
Right. Wild card. LA Chargers. Why? Because Bosa's healthy. They got help on the defense. And Tyrod Taylor's not going to be starting for long. They're going to bring in Justin Herbert.
But they're not going to bring him in until after week 5.
I can see week 4.
I was going to say, he's going to have at least a month just to learn that system because... Yeah.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, I actually like the Chargers this year, so yeah.
Okay. John, what do you have them at?
7-9.
Okay. The LA, which they still have on here, Oakland, the LA Raiders. Or LA Raiders. LV Raiders, Las Vegas.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders, dude.
They still have them on Oakland. 7-9 last year.
Bringing up the rear in the AFC West, I have the Raiders going 6-10.
I have 7-9 and then bringing up the rear.
I'm going to say 500 at this time.
800? 8 and 8?
800. Yeah, they're going to be 800. Yeah, 8 and 8.
Well, I mean, if they were 800, they would be 12 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Denver. I mean, obviously, I still have one team left. Chris has one team left. John has one team left. They're making the playoffs.
Oh, they're definitely. Oh, Denver's making the playoffs. Definitely.
Yeah.
You give
That's
Drew
the
Lock
final-
another year.
Just as the final, Ronnie, the Mets won 5-4.
Woohoo!
Actually, they blew it. They blew the thing. The bullpen blew it, but then Wilson Ramos came in and drove in the go-ahead run, and they won in the ninth.
Nice. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
you give. Yeah, Denver. Drew Lock has another year. Their defense is still their defense.
Yep. I like that. Oh, and one thing I want to do with Kansas City, I do have a bet going in on Kansas City right now, and that's Allaire, Rookie of the Year.
Oh, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Rookie of the Year. Yeah,
Rookie
that's
of
a
the
good
Year.
bet.
At plus 400.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like that was one that I put in. All right. To the NFC. We already did the East. We all agree that Dallas, actually John has not, but me and Chris have Philly and Dallas in the playoffs. Philly wins the division. We all have that as agreement, and Dallas makes the playoffs as a wild card.
Yep.
Fuck Dallas.
Trust me, it hurts me too. But I think they're
Oh,
gonna make.
fuck Dallas. Yes, fuck Dallas more than anything in the world. But they're gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It sucks.
All right.
They're
So
too good not to.
yeah. All right, to the black and blue division. The North.
Nah.
The North. Detroit.
Nah.
5-12.
I see Stafford as the comeback player of the year, but I do not see them. I see them at 800. 800.
Their
Goddamn, 500.
defense has
500.
Their defense has holes all over the place.
I'm in agreement with Ronnie. 500 on that one.
I'll give them another one. 6-10.
Okay. I think Stafford needs to stay healthy. If Stafford can stay healthy, that's gonna be a weird. This division is going to be freaking weird this year.
Dude, that defense needs to stop something, which is hilarious because Matt Patricia is supposed to be the guy about the defense.
Is defense fucking good, right?
And that Lions defense can barely stop a cold.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they just picked up the cornerback out of Ohio State, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So they got some help on defense. All right, it's time for the Bears.
Oh boy.
8-8 last year. I made my bold prediction on Christian's page. Chicago 12-4. They win the division.
Holy
I'm going
shit.
I'm going 11-5 winning the division.
You guys got a lot of faith in St. Nick.
No. Here's the problem. Everyone thinks I'm going for St. Nick. No. I think Trubisky gets his job back.
Oh, God.
Dude, I have a
7-9.
weird 7-9. Yeah.
Actually, 8-8. 8-8.
Okay, so they finished what they did last year, 8-8.
Yeah, 8-8. Nick does part. Trubisky comes back.
Dude, for some reason, there's something weird about this team that feels like they're going to just fucking pound the fucking rock.
Instead of the Bears, it's the Vision.
Yeah, they're only going to win 2 games in division, and they're all against the Lions.
Nah, I don't know about that. Because next is Minnesota.
Minnesota.
11-5.
You have them as a wild card?
Yep.
500.
Surprisingly, I have the same thing. I have them at 8-8.
See, I think you're putting too much on Kirk Cousins when you forget that Kirk Cousins, his passing attack is basically handing it off. Their passing attack is throwing little tiny shit routes to Dalvin Cook and watching him fly. And then you still have Adam Thielen. Yes, they lost Stephon Diggs, but there are other receivers they have that can replace Diggs. Because as long as Thielen's there, he's always going to draw double coverage. So all that other receiver has to be is competent. And they still have one of the best tight ends in the game. And they have a defense. Like, people keep forgetting that the Minnesota Vikings defense is damn good. Yes, they got beat by San Francisco because they got ran into the ground. And, it didn't help that Kirk Cousins had fucking, interceptions all over the place. But that was in the playoffs. This is the regular season, and I see Minnesota going 11-5.
Okay. Again, this is why we do this every year. This is why we've done this for the last 3 years. Finally, obviously, Chris, you're having them win the division. I have them in the playoffs. Green Bay Packers. I have them in the playoffs, though. I have them making a wild card.
I agree with Ronnie on that one.
I have Green Bay winning the division at 12-4.
See,
Aaron Rodgers did amazing things with a first-year coach. They're just getting better, and Aaron Rodgers is going to show Green Bay that, like, why did you draft that quarterback?
by the way, you want to know something funny? As a side note, betting, they're a dog in their first game.
Okay.
They're a dog against... Oh, fuck. Who did... I wrote it down. Who the fuck are they a dog against? Minnesota. 3-point dog. I like it. I like Green Bay. Yeah. Green Bay, I have them as a wild card.
Yeah, like, I like Green Bay to win the division. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to really put it to Green Bay, be like, you should have got me a weapon and not Jordan Love.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing too.
Because remember, the difference when the Packers drafted Aaron Rodgers with Brett Favre and when they drafted Jordan Love with Aaron Rodgers is Favre had a bunch of injuries. He was coming off a bad season. He was on his way out.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is in the prime of his career, and he just led the Packers to the NFC Championship game where his defense fucked up against the Niners because they got ran over. And also the Packers, have made significant changes on defense and gotten a lot more help.
Yeah.
And they still have running backs. They still have their wide receivers. Aaron Rodgers has a rapport with everybody where the Bears don't. So,
hey,
I like them. I like them to win that division.
Okay, but I have Green Bay in the playoffs, so I'm not against. I'm not saying that I do like Green Bay in the make the playoffs. So there is that.
So I got the Cowboys in the wild card, and I have the
And
I have the
Minnesota.
Packers,
You have
and I
Dallas. No, you have.
Minnesota.
I was gonna say in your wild card you have Dallas and Minnesota. You still have one left.
Yeah.
John's got 2. I got 1.
Right.
Let's go to the South. Carolina.
Oh.
They were 5-11 last year. They stay at 5-11.
They're going to be 5-11 again.
Yep. I want to see Bridgewater take a step forward with Rule.
I think it'll happen.
Yeah, so do I.
Just not this year.
No, I think you're going to see them get better. And then obviously the next year too. And here's the thing, they're an ultimate fade. They have a new coach and a new quarterback. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And your number one
not happening.
and your number one receiver is Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. No.
Sorry, no, I'm wrong. I lie. McCaffrey is your number one wideout.
Yeah, but he's also your number one rushing threat now
yeah.
too. So.
All right. Tampa Bay.
Tampa Brady, huh?
Tampa Brady. I don't have them making the playoffs.
Neither do I.
Me neither.
I have them at 8-8.
I got him at 9-7.
7
Okay.
and 9.
You have them staying at 7-9.
Yep.
I got him at 9-7, just missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I can see that too. I have 8-8 because it's not the offense. I think it's more the defense that is going to hurt them. Is going to make them not make the playoffs. I think the defense is the reason they don't make it.
Ah.
All right, Hotlanta. They were 7-9 last year. Stay 7-9 again.
Yep,
I agree.
7-9 again.
Yep.
And that's going to be the end of Dan Quinn.
Yep, that's the end of Dan Quinn. That might be the end of Natty Ice too.
I don't know about that. Because it never falls on the Atlanta defense. Atlanta offense. It's always the Atlanta
The defense, yeah. And our division winner, New Orleans.
Yep.
The Who Dat Nation.
The incumbent. The incumbent wins with a record of 11-5.
Okay, John. I wonder who the hell you're taking. You might have to throw a wild card in at random because I don't think unless you have 3 to make a wild card out of the NFC West. You might
I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Yeah. We'll go to the West. Arizona. They were 5-10 last year.
7 and 9.
So I'm gonna go 7-9 with You know what? No, I'm gonna go 8-8.
I got 9-7. Because you were talking about Houston. Who'd Houston?
Yeah, Hopkins.
Where'd Hopkins go? To the air raid.
Arizona with Kyler Murray.
To the air raid.
Yeah, I think those 7-9 or 8-8 because that defense
They
still
take a
needs
step.
pieces.
They take a step forward.
Yeah.
And a team that won't take a step forward, the LA Rams.
Oh, the Rams are 7-9.
The Rams are gonna be shit.
5 and 10. 5 and 11.
5-10. Oh no, 5-11. That's right. They tied last year. They had a tie last year with Detroit.
5 and 11. 5 and 11.
And talk about how shit. Talk about that. I mean, they got rid of Gurley, and all of a sudden they got rid of a bunch of people, and they're just shit now.
Yeah. And next on the list, the Seattle Seahawks.
11-5, win the division.
I have 13-3 and win the division.
You have them as the number one overall
was
seed.
it 10-6?
Yep.
Making the playoffs. Wild card.
So you have them as the number one overall seed, Ronnie?
Yep.
All right. No, I still have them at 11-5. They win the division, but that's that.
Okay. And then finally, well,
The
John,
49ers.
The 49ers. I got them making the playoffs.
Same, 10-6.
I got 11-5. Because they got the
12-4.
Jets. They got the Jets and the Giants. Yeah, you have them winning the
12
division.
Oh, yeah. 12-4.
Yeah, they got the Jets and Giants back to back.
Yeah, that's 2 wins right there.
Yeah, it's 2 wins right there. I still have them at 10-6 though.
Right. Okay. John, you got to throw one in as that.
Give me the team. Give me the teams that I have that I could pick from that I could throw in.
All right. From the East, you have Dallas, the Giants, or Washington.
Washington, I'll throw in.
Well,
You
The
think the
Giants
Washington football team are going to be like 9-7?
I can't see the Giants. I can't see the Giants doing anything.
well, hold on. Let me
Cowboys.
finish. Let me finish because it could be anyone from any division. So hold on. Let me finish what you have.
Okay.
It could be for you. I'm trying to think. What do you have in the North? You have Chicago. All right. It could be Minnesota or Detroit.
Okay.
Could be Atlanta, Tampa, or Carolina. Or it could be LA and Arizona.
How many teams do I have to pick for that?
One.
Out of all those teams,
Yeah.
you're gonna hate it, but my gut says Carolina.
You had him. You had him 5-11.
I'm. He says I have to pick, and the first name that popped into my head was Carolina.
So you're going to go against the 5-11 record that you just gave him.
Yeah, I'll change it up, but that's the first name that popped. That's the first team that popped into my head.
Okay.
So what's the record going to be?
I'm gonna say 500 then.
How are they getting in the playoffs?
They can because of how bad, because remember the extra team, because if you looked at it last year, the Rams were supposed to get in at 7-9.
All right. What was his? But all right, with 3 things, he already has the Seahawks.
He has
what was it? 10-6 or something like that. Because he had the Niners at 12-4.
right.
See, I was listening. All right. He had the Bears winning the division.
Yep.
Right.
Then he had the Green Bay Packers making the playoffs.
Yep.
All right. Then he had, let me see, the Saints winning the division.
Here. I'll list it all off. I'll list it all off. So
Yeah, when he first said Carolina, he said I think 7-9. No, that was Tampa Brady.
Here's the thing.
No, I said that about Tampa Bay.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
So John's picks for the AFC is Buffalo, Baltimore, Houston, Kansas
That's
City.
AFC.
I said AFC, Kansas City. NFC is Philly, Chicago, New Orleans, San Francisco. And his wild cards for the NFC are Green Bay, Seattle, and now Carolina.
Yeah. I'm
So
okay with
Carolina's going to be better than Atlanta and Tampa Bay. All right.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Hey, we'll play it out. We're not betting anything, so it's for
No,
fun.
I'm just trying to think here. What did you have Dallas at?
I didn't even give a number to Dallas. 'Cause I can't stand Dallas. I didn't even give him a number. Because I don't care if they win or lose. I really just can't stand That's the one football team I just cannot stand.
Dude, me and Chris can't stand it either, but we both think they're still going to make the playoffs because of Zeke.
Zeke, Dak, and that defense.
Yeah.
What numbers did you guys give? What numbers did you guys give?
All right, I had Philly. What did I have Philly at? 11
No, Dallas. No, not about that. No, Philly. Well, I mean,
I had Dallas at 10-6.
I had
Chris,
Dallas
what do you
at
have?
9-7.
If I have to give them a number, 7-9. If I have to give them a number, I'm going 7-9.
Here's their first month. Oh my god. All right, so their first month is the Rams,
Win.
the Falcons,
Win.
the Seahawks,
Loss.
the Browns.
The Brown. Where's the Browns game? In Dallas.
It's
or
in
Cleveland?
Dallas. It's in Dallas.
That's a win.
Then they round out a homestead with fucking the Giants and Arizona.
Win and a win.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. They could
Yeah,
go.
yeah. Everything. Look at these Cowboys, the Super Cowboys.
They have one of the easier freaking schedules until they get towards. No, I can't even say until they get towards the bottom. Their tough games are the two at Philly. Then they have the Niners. They have the Niners and the Ravens in December. That's it. That's and then they have the Vikings in like around Thanksgiving. Other than that, that's it. They could win. They could win a division. I hate saying that.
Yeah, they got such a patsy ass schedule. Where of course Philly has Murderers Row.
But I mean, other than that, division-wise, we're all in agreement except for the North and the South, AFC and NFC. But even
I
then,
may have to change that because Dallas has such a cake-ass schedule.
We'll mull it over. I'll send you what you picked and mull it over. And then come back next week.
Because I know Philly has to play New England, Baltimore, fucking Houston. Well, that's whatever. They can play. They have to play Kansas City. They have to play Green Bay. They have to play New Orleans and San Francisco because they won the division.
Yeah. Well, no, they're playing. The East is playing the West. So everyone's playing the Niners.
Yeah, but I'm saying you play the two divisions, but then you also usually play the division winners of each division.
Yeah, here you go. You got this is your first month. You have Washington, Rams, Bengals, Niners.
All right, that's a win, loss.
Then you have the Steelers.
Wait. Where's the Niners game at?
It's in San Fran.
Yeah, that's a loss.
Then you're on the road against the Steelers.
We'll win that one.
Then you're home against Baltimore.
Loss.
Then Giants, Cowboys are home. You got a 3-game homestand.
Win.
Then the Browns. Then you're back. Then you're on a bye, and then you're back against the Giants in MetLife.
Win.
The Browns.
Ugh.
Seahawks, Packers, Saints, Cardinals.
See? That's what I'm talking about, the shitty part.
Then you close out with Cowboys, Washington.
All right, we beat the Browns. The Seahawks, depends where it is.
It's in Seattle.
We're losing that one.
No, sorry. Strike that. It's home.
Seattle's in Philly. All right, we win that one. Revenge. We beat Seattle. Revenge.
Dude, you gotta go to the Pack Attack in Lambeau.
In like what? November, December?
December 6th.
Wait, when?
December 6th.
Of fucking course. Yeah, we're losing that one. Yeah, like I said, like, all right, what are we gonna? We're probably gonna be 10-6, 11-5.
Yeah, you're still making the playoffs, but it'll be tight.
Yeah, but now I think I may have to switch Philly to the wild card and Dallas to the division winner just because of the
That's fine.
Dallas
When
cake ass
well-
schedule.
well, mull like I said, mull over, and we'll figure out next week. We'll do our seedings, and we'll make our pick for who we think is going to win the Super Bowl.
Ugh, I'm gonna take Philly as the division winner.
Okay.
I can't with a conscience take Dallas. I'll put them in the playoffs, but that's about it.
Because we are 2 weeks away from tomorrow from officially kicking the season off. Which means, Chris and John, we are 2 weeks away from our favorite picks of the year. We make our predictions week by week. Because guess what? We don't have college to pick from.
Oh yeah.
But all right, let's.
You know what we should do next week?
What?
Since the Nerd Zone Fantasy Football Draft.
You know what?
We
All
just
right.
need one more player.
You know what?
We need one more player.
No, you know what? I know who would want in. You call JP.
What?
Let me call JP, and we'll do a Nerd Zone draft.
For
JP,
what? Draft of what?
Ryan. Fantasy football,
Fantasy
man.
football. Yeah, no money, just pride.
Nerd Zone Fantasy Football Draft.
I've never done a fantasy football draft before.
It's not
Oh,
hard.
it'll be fun.
It's not hard. We can do it as a what's it called? A live draft. We don't have to do it online. I'll just write everything down and then put it into the computer when it's done.
There we go. And then we could just pick where we're going to play.
Yeah.
And that's that. I mean, it'd be nice to get more people in it, like maybe 6 or 7. But
Yeah, let me put something in the group chat and we'll see if anybody wants it.
You know who might be in? You know, who might be interested? Ryan might be interested in that.
Yeah, Ryan.
He's in the
like
group
basically
chat.
they can either text it or they can get on the Skype and we'll have some fun.
Yeah. Oh hell, I'll call Colin.
I'll
see if
ask
he wants
Christian.
in. I'll call Colin, see if he wants in.
Yo, I'll ask Christian.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, you know if Christian wins, he'd be like, I told y'all, you don't know shit.
Oh, dude, the trash talking on a seven person Skype call would be fucking insane.
It's gonna be insane.
All
I
right.
could
Yes.
ask Monstar, but I doubt he'll do it.
Because our CFL group didn't get a fantasy football this year.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the question: are we drafted players or are we drafted
Players.
What do we do?
Players.
I don't.
Drafted
You see, I'll be
players.
honest with you. I don't know a hell of a lot about a lot of guys. So I mean, unless
Here's
you got
the thing.
it all.
Here's the thing.
All right,
We're in a-
all there is there's a thing called the ESPN Top 100. Just look at that.
Here's the thing. We're in a
Also,
COVID.
yeah, just keep track of who people get.
Yeah, we're in
You
a
see,
COVID.
that sounds like a lot of work, though.
It's not. Because remember, we're in a COVID state of mind. So, by the way, why the fuck did I
It's not a
make that?
lot of work.
Why the fuck did I not make that the show title? A COVID state of mind.
Right,
Um,
alrighty.
It's not really a lot of work because, especially if we have the way we're gonna have it, I can put everything in the ESPN when we're done. I just gotta write everything down.
Yeah, yeah,
And-
just got to remember that who people drafted.
Yeah, I'll write them down. It's not that big of a deal. But no, next week we will
You
do
want to
it.
do this next week?
John. It's,
Yeah, I was either thinking of that or I was thinking of the Fantasy Things draft.
Or let's do the pick'ems. Let's just do the pick'ems like we normally do. We don't have to worry about. We don't have to do. Or hell, do you want to just do fantasy teams? Like we each do.
No, all right. I said fantasy things.
Like what?
Like shit that will happen during the season.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Let's make a couple. We have a let's have fun with that.
Like that could be funny.
You know
like
what?
you know, Darnold has an injury. You know, like
let's do a couple. Oh no, here's the thing. Well, John, don't worry about it. If you want to have some fun with this, you can. Chris, 10 over-unders each.
Not over unders. I'm saying
No.
fantasy
No,
things.
I understand that, but you got all right. Do at least one over-under, because I already know what you're gonna pick. And fuck you.
What?
Over-under 3 to 5 injuries of Sam Darnold.
Yeah, mono, corona, stubbed toe, and a hidden funny bone on the door.
See that's what. See, fantasy things are like, you know, how many times like, you know, an announcer's gonna say this, like, you know, or like, how many times like, you know, just normal like shit that like, all right, how many game like, you know, like, say like the Jets miss game-winning field goal.
You know, it's funny. We keep coming up with doing stuff like this. Remember, we did the whole gimmick thing. That never happened. We went through picking all those gimmicks,
I have
putting them in the thing, but that never happened either. That never happened, dude. We put all that work in.
Well, I still have it. We could do it. It's just.
I mean, it's like we spent almost an entire show doing that stupid thing, and then nothing was said about it or done.
Yeah, you want to know what happened? I got taken off furlough and had to work. That was how I did the movie thing. I did the movie thing because I was on furlough, and I was like, I had all the time in the world to do all that. All of a sudden, I got off furlough, and I couldn't do everything like that again. I'll be honest.
I'm not saying it. I'm just bringing it up. You know, that's all. I mean, I've been thinking. It's been in the back of my mind for a while, but I never brought it up. But then you're like, oh, let's do this, and I'm like, whatever happened to this? You know, whatever happened to that? You know, whatever happened to the gimmick thing? You know, that was a lot. That was a lot of fun. That never came into fruition. That would be something funny to do.
Yeah, we got.
All right. Well, I'm saying the fantasy things draft is going to be funny because basically you draft your team of things that you think are going to happen during the season, and then you score accordingly. That's all. But there's no bench, there's no starters. It's basically like what shit that you think is going to happen week in, week out. And it's not like, oh, a team scores a touchdown. Because it's not going to be that. You know what I mean?
No, like you think.
Why don't you just come out and say funny or weird things that are going to happen this year?
Yeah, like the best thing I could describe for it is this podcast, the Solid Verbal, does it for college football. Of course, they didn't do it this year, but they did it last year. Like they do the fantasy things draft. Like and this shit was hilarious, and I just think it would be hilarious, especially with the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like how many times? Like like one of my things could be Terry Bradshaw versus the English language. where we're during like the halftime thing or any time in a pregame show when Terry Bradshaw mangles the English language.
I know exactly.
Yeah, he's on there with a QB draw there, and he's talking, and the highlight is a handoff. He's got a QB draw there. He called his own number. Really? It looks like he handed off. Or he gonna throw that ball in the pocket there. You just like, what the fuck? Like shit like that.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, we'll mull that over. We'll do that next week. And we just hit about 3 hours, so let's get the hell out of here.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, with that being said,
Starting to drag.
ladies and gentlemen, that was our show. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch at the Nerd Report Network. Follow myself on Twitter at FNRonnie.
At TripsNXC.
At the Zombie Master.
And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen,
The sale's not through yet, but eventually Bobby Bonilla will still be getting paid.
Good night, everybody.